Damn, it's almost free. Dude. 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 Alright. Let's see, is it live? It is alive! It's alive! Alright, cool, cool. Stream chat is over there. Stream is over here. And the game is here. Okay, nice. Now let's make the screen a tiny bit bigger just in case. He's awakened? Salutations. About time you started? Oh, I'm so sorry, Marius. Alright, well, let me get this out of the way. First, I was doing a video. Then, I was trying to get Streamlabs to work because it wouldn't work. And then I had the most insane Namek Saga boss fight with the toilet. And I don't think I need to explain what that is. You should just know what I mean by that. Mike done goofed? Hold on. Is it better? Let me know if it's better, fellas. There we go. Hey, Grim, you can't be doing it this early. Where are you getting this money from? Did you pull off a successful GTA heist IRL? Because I can. Thank you so much, Grim. Good lord, because he can. Thank you so much for the $15 donations, dude. Well, I think we only just made it a minute in when you did that. You're actually insane. You're actually nuts. Massive shout out to Grims. Guys, can we get W Grims in the chat again? I'm gonna start saying W Grims. We need to get W Grims in the chat again. Thank you so much, Grims, for that $50 donation for super chat, man. Oh my lord. He does whatever he wants. He's an uncontrollable beast. Truly, he's truly a beast. Completely insane fella. A mad lad, some would say. W Grims, yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, dudes. The Dragon Balls turn Steed human again. What's that mean? All right, W Grims. What's the thing the Hunter x Hunter guy does? He goes. Thank you so much, Grim, for the support, man. Truly means a lot to me. All right, let's see. Bro, are you a stripper? Where is this money coming from? Hey, how much do? Well, I'm not gonna ask how much these strippers earn, right? I don't really. It's not. First of all, that's not relevant for me. Second of all, you should never ask someone how much they earn. All right. I feel like. I mean, I guess that feels like a rude thing to do, right? It's kind of like asking some people of their age. Well, I guess it's like asking a girl of their age. You know, they're kind of more sensitive about that stuff. Where it just feels kind of like rude to do that. The same way it feels rude to ask someone how much money did they make. Is the DLC releasing soon or just a joke? There was some speculations it would release very soon. I don't remember if it was Xenoverse's DLC or if it was fucking Zero's DLC. That's why I did this. That's why I'm doing a stream for both. But there's speculations that both, or not both, but one of them is going to release very soon. So, yes. And I still haven't saved this outfit as a preset. Hold on, what are the moves on this? Okay, it's the same as my normal preset. Let's make a preset for this. What outfit are we replacing? Maybe this one. No, this is kind of fire, actually. This is kind of fire, never mind. The red one. Oh, I love the way this looks when I go Super Saiyan God, though. This one? This can go. This can go. This was just made for Festival of Universe. Okay, so this is my blue evolved preset. All I have to do is change the moves. Something deadly is about to happen. Do or die. And then blue evolved, and then I can just make the supers whatever I feel like. Alright, cool. W Dono Grims, thank you. Yeah, massive W Grims, man. Holy hell, holy moly. All right, basic attack down. I'm fine with basic attack going a little bit down. We get everything else, so who cares? Think I finally warmed up now? Nah, where is it? Something deadly's about to happen. That's the name, right? Yeah, this man. This Super Soul is like the crowning jewel of being busted. I'm shocked they made something this crazy. Okay, blue evolve's already on epic. So you still have presets from that build update? Yes, I do. Reminder, the festival ends on the 3rd. Oh, so the festival ends very soon, actually. I totally forgot when the festival ends, but yes. Oh, wait. That's what the speculation's about. I totally forgot. The festival's ending early, and then something's gonna release soon. So it has to be the Xenoverse DLC. That's what that... Okay, honestly, I heard that something was releasing soon, and I was like, okay. And they were like, oh, but we're not sure if it's for Xenoverse or Sparking. And I was like, okay, I'll just wait. You know, no need to rush, no need to panic. And even think about it, I totally disregard that Xenoverse was ending Festival of Universes early. Just to make way for something. So, that's going to be cool. Rick Ross says, Grimm's feeding Steed's due for full pools, knowing he would never get her. Bruh. Now, if you, because he's doing the donation through Super Chat. Those don't feed my Gacha addiction. Those actually helped me, all right? Those actually helped me. Those don't encourage my rampant Gacha the hunger or whatever the hell. Well, which move would be a good one to combo with Blue Evolved? Big Bang Knuckle? It's the Key Blast Barrage one, right? Maybe. Demon Flash Strike is very good. That move is so good that actually doesn't require any effort. Heroic Counter, Heroic Assault. Heroic Assault is crazy good too. Some of these moves in Xenoverse that actually have entered the realm of like shockingly good that you actually have a hard time picking which one do you want to truly go for. Okay. My goat Grimm's Grim. Your mic sounds a bit funny. There's a bit of static. Is there? Okay, let me does anyone else hear static? If you hear static in the mic, type like 1 in the chat. I just want to confirm something. I'm gonna reset the mic based on how many people say it. Can't believe we have a Dante in Zenless Zone. That is, yeah. There's Dante in Zenless Zone. 2? I hear something still. Really? Okay. Well, 2 people have said something so far. You know, I'll just reset the mic just in case. Let me try again. Maybe my mic is just failing now. Maybe it's just too old. Who knows? Sounding better? Is that good for you fellas? Okay. What's a great move to use with Evolution Blue? Evolution Blue kind of benefits off of moves that don't use that much ki, or just more defense moves, so that way you're living for even longer and gaining even more stamina back. So maybe Supreme Fury, because it's a good counter, but I don't know. Your mic is failing, might as well give it to me. I see. I cursed my local TCG store. We ran out of the Magic the Gathering Sonic collab card. Oh, that's tough. Very nice, Ustido-chan. Thank you so much, Amadrip. Sama. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let me stop being so indecisive. I'm kind of a Key Blaster. Maybe I should just have more Key Blast defense moves. Force Edge, Burning Blast. Variable Snap. Oh, Steel Mirage is great. That move is strong as hell. And that is fine. What about the ultimates? Special Cannon doesn't take up all my ki, so that's good. Final Flash does, so I don't want to do that because that'll kick me out of Blue Evolved. Pendulum Bullet's very good anti-limit burst. Circle Flash is also just amazing. Okay, Circle Flash. And that's enough. I decided to play Breakers today. You are insane. To get a multi-summon ticket, and I got all the stuff from the banner of that one. Okay, damn. Maybe you're insane, but for the right reasons. Good stuff. Good stuff. Wait, hold up. Yeah, actually, wait. You could have just used that Gacha luck on Wuthering Waves or Zenless Zone 0. Or unless if it's free tickets from the game, then that's completely fine, because then you can't move that anywhere else. What build am I making? Oh, I'm just changing one of my builds. If you guys want, you can I was gonna say if you want, you can copy it, but you don't really need. I didn't invent the build. You can just use it if you want. You don't need my permission. All right. Yeah, there we go. Never mind. I love my TCG store. We got cards from the Nikkei TCG. Really? That is insane. Okay. There's like 9 tickets I got passively, but damn, you right about my luck. Your luck. Yeah, your luck is insane. All right. Oh, Festival of Universe, of course. And it ends on the 3rd. Damn, that much time has passed already, huh? What even came out during all that time? The Shala DLC? Shala DLC released during this Festival of Universes, right? I'm pretty sure. Oh, yes. So true. W Grimm's in the chat. Always. Elite Patroller match underway. Bonus points. Oh, Universe 7 is actually the worst universe now. Ah, okay. Maybe that's important to keep in mind for the next Festival of Universes. Here's my theory. As Festival of Universes loses relevance, people sign on to Universe 7 because it's the main one and they think they're just going to win. And then they don't play the game, so it never gets any points. So even Universe 6 and 11 can get more points in it. I think that's what's going on. That's just my personal opinion, though. What was I doing again? Oh, yes, right. Oh, what do we do? Since all of these count, I guess expert missions, right? That way we all benefit. Yeah, might as well do expert missions so we can all share. Oh, let me make a raid preset. Okay, this is a good chance for you guys to make a raid preset or an expert mission preset as well if you don't have one. And this is something I wanted to do earlier, but I never got back to it. Yes, since I do have Vegito's clothes now, and I can customize the colors on it. Oh, I don't even know what to pick though. Because it's basically just Goku's gi.
Oh, hey Trunks, what's up?
What's up? You shouldn't start a broadcast.
What do you mean, what's up? You just started broadcasting.
Well, we need something to hook the audience, right?
Dark blue.
I was thinking of getting ideas for asking people.
And I'm having a really hard time figuring out what to make the rest of the colors.
You should at least come up with some ideas of your own.
Wait, there's a raid going on? Yes. Is it Deborah? No, it's not Deborah. I can't remember. I did check it on the Xenoverse official website, but I don't even remember who it is already. Okay, I just realized how long this might take to customize. So maybe I won't do this now. The margin belt with that is kind of insane.
Are you sure you want to?
Okay. Let's do Gogeta's pants. Yeah.
Hurry.
And then we can do...
Yes. Seems they've forgotten to cut the feed. Testing.
What is this? Oh, it's gloves. Okay.
Hey, time control.
That might work.
I hope you're
And then the shoes. Maybe we just leave the shoes.
going
Maybe we just... Okay, hold on. Cocoon says Goku's white.
And you'll bring yourselves even closer to first place.
Water.
Don't forget about the rewards.
Yeah. Perhaps he's asking me what kind of drink I want. And I'm one of those people at the bar that I'm like, just a water will do.
Universes 6, 7, and
Room
11.
temperature.
I wish all of you a fun and invigorating
Someone in the chat's now going to say, can't believe Steve is working his brother like a slave, shaking my head. Finally customizable Goku and Vegeta clothes. Yeah, honestly.
That's all from me.
I'm actually, you know what, I will never, I won't take credit away. Xenoverse 2 does a lot of things wrong, but adding in like some of the more popular outfits as customizable outfits is an objectively good choice. Oh, you can get an extra bit of color here. Ooh, okay. Okay, I'll leave that in mind. Hands, what do I make these? They're gloves, so maybe just black. Or like darker. Kind of, maybe like a darker blue? Yeah. Okay. Steve sounding like an anime protagonist? Maybe. Oh! Carlos! Is that your first donation to the stream, Carlos? Thank you. I don't think I've seen a name Carlos before. Carlos, thanks so much for the $5 donation. He says, speaking of breakers, will Dimps... Oh, think Dimps will transfer the assets to Xenoverse 2? I think 100%. I'm not saying that Breakers is going to end of service any second now, but they're clearly preparing for it. And when Breakers does, all of those assets kind of do just go to waste. But they can, and here's the scummy part, but it would make them money. They can then just go, oh, we're doing a Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 revamp overhaul update, and you have to pay for it, and it will have stuff from Breakers. I think that's a really easy way for them to make money, even if it's like super scummy. But I'll be real, I don't mind, man. I'd rather spend money to get stuff from Breakers to Xenoverse than I would to like play a character for like 1 week in Sparking Zero and drop them. I kind of like the yellow belt. I mean, you know what? Let's give a color to our pants. We've been white and blue for so long. Now we're blue and black. Okay, that doesn't look any. Wait, maybe that does look kind of fire. Is the drip complete? No, it's not. Want to know why? Okay, maybe that just doesn't work. Does that work? No, he's too yellow now. Okay, this is fine. When I feel like customizing this more later, I will. But for now, this is fine. So now we do the super attack. We can hope they better. Yeah, I really do hope they actually transfer the move assets from Breakers to Xenoverse 2. I think that'd be sick. Xenoverse 2, I'm not gonna say Xenoverse 2 deserves it, No, they do. They do. Think about it. Whis' clothes have been like an item you can equip since Breakers like season 2, right? Which one is the one with Great Vegeta? That was season 2, right? Since Xenoverse season 2, you have been able to equip Whis' clothes, but in Xenoverse 2, we've never, like to this day, we still can't wear Whis' clothes. I think most would agree that that's insane. I think most people would say, hey, that's kind of weird. Right? I think we can all agree that's a bit bizarre. Oh, for those of you guys who play Breakers, let me know, what's your favorite outfit from Dragon Ball The Breakers they'd actually want to see in Xenoverse 2? That is a very curious question. Because I know Breakers has a bunch of other clothes, but I haven't played that game in so long, I actually don't know all of them. So if there's a particular one you want, or even an accessory, like if you want keychains to come to Xenoverse 2, so that way they could go in the back of your character's outfit, let me know that too. I'm okay. Thank you. It's been in Xenoverse 2 since day 1 and you still can't get as close. Yeah, Xenoverse 2 survived the Breakers and Sparking Zero. It may be a headache, but it lasted longer than any Dragon Ball game in modern era. Oh yeah, 100%. I think the two longest relevant Dragon Ball games now have to be like Tenkaichi 3 and Xenoverse 2, right? What other move is great for raids? Yeah, I'm just, oh, ultimates. Emperor's Death Beam, right? Emperor's Death Beam. I low-key feel like... No, I don't. I was making it up. I was placeboing my own brain again. Give us damn Potara. Oh, you're right. We still didn't have Potara. Bardock's outfit? Oh, do you mean DBS Bardock's outfit? Or do you mean his headband? Because we have both Bardock outfits in Xenoverse 2. We just don't have the headband. Which is a shame. And it's weird because it's just one accessory. But yeah. We still didn't have Potara, that's true. Accessories wise, yeah. Oh, Timebreaker Bardock's outfit. Yeah, we don't have that. That's a good point. We actually still don't have that. Evil Explosion and Drain Field. Oh, in case if they do big attacks. Okay, that makes sense. Evil Explosion, that's the teleporting Piccolo move, right? Man, do you guys remember Evil Explosion used to be the meta? Holy crap, that... She's gonna take you back to the past. I feel like I'm going back in time. I swear to God, I only just remember the Evil Explosion used to be like a meta move in this game. People would go Super Saiyan and then just hold Evil Explosion and keep teleporting behind you and just doing it. And like, we were also new at the game. We like, for the most part, most people didn't know how to avoid it. That's so insane. Photon Swipe for gigantic key blasts. Oh, good point, good point. Well, I mean, we're doing expert missions, right? Oh, yeah, you guys might want to actually do the raids. Never mind. So yeah, we'll keep the. Oh wait, sure. Do we have another move that goes through? I guess Soul Punisher, right? Let me put on Soul Punisher for that. I think Soul Punisher looks cool. Where is it? Where at though? There it is. I know this also goes through in one hit. So, and we'll put on Beast. Okay. I want to see who's the raid quest real quick before we do the expert mission. Is Key Blast Cannon still good? It's still the best. It was Bojack. Okay, I thought it was Deborah. Well, it's a light raid, so it's going to be super easy. We might as well... We'll get a few runs on this. And if it gives more medals than expert mission, we'll just keep doing it. So, no private slots. So that way all of you guys can join. And let's get... And this game still needs crossplay. Actually, you know what? Take Breakers' crossplay out the game and put that in Xenoverse 2 as well. Forget the costumes. Put the crossplay in Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 has modders as well now, so it's basically the same as PlayStation. Might as well just give the game crossplay now. I did not know how much I needed water. Good lord. Oh. That made me feel powerful. I felt like a full health restore. Oh, Butcher, hello. Thanks so much for the $2 donation. Butcher says, I will never fall for Xenoverse 2 propaganda. Please don't. Please never fall for Xenoverse 2 propaganda. I mean, if you ask me which game would I rather, like, I don't know, dick rides for lack of a better word, I would pick Xenoverse 2 over Sparky. I'm so sorry, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Alright. Oh, all right. I forgot Breakers had CAC SSJ4. Holy crap. Wait, okay, forget the crossplay. Put that in. Yeah. I totally forgot Breakers does have Super Saiyan 4 now. Because SSJ4 Goku and Vegeta's transfers give your custom character Super Saiyan 4. I totally forgot about that. Wait, has Breakers added any Diamond stuff yet? I just realized. They still haven't, right? Wait, when does the Breakers update come out? In 2 days, right? Hold up, let me check. I'm very sure that... Doesn't that drop in 2 days? Dragon Ball Breakers Season 9 release date. Where is it? I think so, yeah. Okay, wow. Breakers stream in 2 days. You're gonna stream Breakers for the final time. Maybe for the final time, potentially. That's funny. Broly is the only new raider for the rest of the year. Is that what they said? That's a very, very brave thing to say when your game is not being played. That means that he has to be the final update, right? I think according to the roadmap. What? All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find this Dragon Ball The Breakers roadmap. That sounds very interesting. Okay, we have 4 people in here. Now 5. Okay, off to a good start. Let me go on r/Dragon Ball The Breakers. I know I'm a big Reddit hater, but Reddit fans of all people like to gather the most information, so... There's even more super transfers. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about those. What the hell? Is this serious? Wait, what? That's it? It's really just gonna be Broly for a whole year? Wow. The game definitely is ending then, right? Well, if it's for a whole year, that would mean Breakers ends in what? The end of 2026? Or the beginning of 2027, maybe? Depending on how much longer they feel like dragging out the end of service. That would still mean Breakers lived longer than Sparking Zero. Hey, now everyone's here. Alright. Let's get to it. This is going to be very off topic. I think the Wuthering Waves character I want to show up on screen again the most. Other than Phoebe, obviously. Because Phoebe's the GOAT and the best character by far. And the strongest. And she's going to be the next Primus. The character I want to show up the most is probably Gian. That's it. I just think he's cool. What's next after the Future Saga? Probably the end of the game. I mean, Xenoverse usually is fine with making shit up, but they're making up their last few shits. So, probably just the end of the game. Why is Super Broly a raider when he's technically a good guy? Made no sense. Hype. Because with Super Broly, you can also sell Gogeta. But with Z Broly, you can only sell Z Broly. Well, not that they sell Gogeta to you, right? But like Gogeta's transfer, his Super transfer. It would make people want to play the game just so they can play as Gogeta and fight Broly. You know, stuff like that. No one supports Xenoverse 2. Proceeds to draw more fake Corona fan art. I see. Uh-huh. Oh, there's the game donated $5 super chat. Says Breaker Season 9. 1 in new Raider, 2 reworks. Ultra Rumble Season 9. 1 new character, 2 reworks, and a new game mode. Damn. Damn, that's all she wrote. I guess Ultra Rumble truly is better than Breakers then. Now make supervillain Krillin as the final DLC. He hosts us with a $2 donation. Oh. I thought he was a light raid boss. I thought he can do that. Wait, does that mean I have to go beast again? This game's kind of cheap when you think about that, actually. I have to go beast all over again, dude. Okay. This game won't die. Oh yeah? I'll kill it myself. Okay. This game has no shame in making the camera hurt your eye. Okay. Well, let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. If we get speak at the end, I don't know what they'll do for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 confirmed. Oh, right. Supposed to hold it down all the way. Oh, I'm not a Super Saiyan. Totally forgot, because you still get the cringe teleport attack. Oh, I'm getting hit. You still get the cringe teleport attack from being in Beast, but not the actual teleport of Blue. Endeavor needs a rework. Yeah, Endeavor does kind of need a rework. I agree. It's not because I'm an Endeavor glazer. This is gonna keep happening. Oh no! Oh, we let him get cooked. Okay. Wait. You have this move too? He's been doing brainwash for so long I actually forgot he even had the. There we go. And we brought back. Nice. Oh, Steve, for the raid, use Bomber DX if you aren't going to teleport. That is true. Bomber DX is now the better option. I'm not going to keep on this. That was kind of a big area of effect there, bro. Right? Use Rainfield and use the Stealer Storm? Yeah, no, I did. I think you just use Angry Shot to protect yourself from Brainwash. That's cool as hell. Wait, why? Is it because it just has that much iframes, or does it like destroy the effect of brainwashing itself? Nice. Angry Shell destroys the effect? That's crazy. Actually insane, some would say. They don't go lock off and do that. I see. I love how the moment his guard gets broken. Ooh, oh no, man. My first game back on the piece of, and it's my male Saiyan, and it's a male Saiyan slamming X by handy cannon guard with some backflip. Truly the game of all time. Truly. Bosses, by the way, why did you stream so late? That was just a lot of issues. Like, every time I go beast. What was I gonna say? There was a lot of issues. First of all, I was working on a pretty long video. That's probably gonna be released tomorrow. And then second of all, Streamlabs was having a heart attack. So I was really having a hard time reading the screen. And that took so long that the urge to do the name of that one Tonka's Bad Sped Day boss, and I don't think I need to elaborate. The urge to do that showed up. So I naturally did that. Capsule Corp Goku versus Ultra Supervillain Jiren. Ultra Supervillain Jiren has insane glaze stats. But I'm assuming Capsule Corp, like, I haven't watched all of Dragon Ball Heroes. I just know that Capsule Corp Goku. No, because no matter how you slice it, Ultra Supervillain Jiren isn't stronger than like Zeno or some shit, right? But Capsule Corp Goku, I swear to God, is the closest thing to Zeno in strength, if outright he just doesn't surpass him. Okay. Yeah. Final form Fu at the end of the Dragon Ball Heroes is comparable to Zeno, and Universe Tree Goku smokes him.
Well done.
So
make sure to keep training.
So yeah, Capsule Corp, Universe Tree Goku is crazy. Also, perhaps I changed my mind and putting you on more slave labor. I actually want Coke. Yes. Soda. Oh yeah, any couple, dude. You hear about the Twitter Grok anime girl? Did she die? Did she turn back into Mecha Hitler, or is she still being like a waifu? I am curious. Okay. No way Jian is top meta again because of Frilova. Oh, right. Doesn't Frilova buff heavy attack, so Jian's relevant again? For Jian might... That's crazy. Like, Ellen Joe needed to get buffed. Venti is kind of a... I'm not gonna lie, Venti's still usable. Maybe not with how much bosses move and of all the elemental specific mechanics now. But I think Venti's probably still pretty decent in Genshin. Seal and HSR is a completely washed bum fraud. That bitch is sorry as hell. Jian? He's him. After a year, he's still being him. When are we gonna get Grok Frieza? Probably when Elon gets really bored because he has like 8 zillion quintillion dollars and can do whatever he wants. So it really just takes for him being super bored to actually just turn Grok into Frieza. Venti's pretty much dead since every new mob can't be CC. Oh, never mind. I thought, my bad. I know Genshin has been out longer than the others, but I was trying to be optimistic. See, I was trying to be nice. I don't want to be like, oh, since I like Wu, that means I need to hate Genshin. I completely forgot most enemies can't be CC'd. They just look at you and just go, what you doing, bro? Did they realize that Jean was too powerful because she could pick people up and throw them off cliffs and just win every fight in one hit? All right. The raid was kind of long, not gonna lie. Let's do expert missions, man. I didn't even see how many points we got at the end of that. That's kind of how fraudulent that is. Okay. AIGF is crazy work. There's probably a lot of people that cope with AIGFs. Because we live in a more internet-driven world, so more people are bound to the internet than ever before or something. I'd probably think about it harder, but I don't feel like it right now. Kazu has the best. Oh yeah, Kazuha basically is the actual like 5-star Venti replacement. Yeah. You didn't get enough points to justify the length. That's all I needed to hear. I meant to press create room. I'm so sorry. I was wondering why that was taking so long. If Dragon Ball licensing wasn't bonkers, the definitive Dragon Ball game would already be in development. Oh, 100%. If Dragon Ball could get their licensing sorted, we would have had like an insane like CyberConnect kind of scale Dragon Ball multiplayer game with every single thing in it. Wait, what's the name of that theme again? Is it We Got a Power? Dun 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 dun. That's the one, right? Imagine We Got a Power playing, and you're playing as like Universe Tree Goku, and you're fighting like Final Form Fu in the center of the universe. And there's like a big tree in the stage background. And like Fu will go for like a scripted super attack. You'll shoot like a beam. And you would like hit like the right quick time event button. Or Goku to just like do the thing he does in Daima where he sticks his finger in the way and blocks the whole beam by just basically poking it. That shit would go so fire. You do like a Dragon Fist to Fu, and the Dragon Fist like goes through like dimensions and galaxies and takes him to a different location of the fight. Dude, imagine if a Dragon Ball game even got 1% as creative as Xenoverse got for the end of the Goku Black arc. When Xenoverse's Goku Black arc made Trunks get his Spirit Bomb energy from from every timeline, including GT, that was fire. That was unironically an infinitely better version of the anime. That was actually peak. Oh yes, AIGF sucks. Looks at my phone. Am I right, Anby? Hey, Anby's different. All right, that's my wife. That's very different. Then Toga shows up and blitzes Goku, bro. Oh, and Goku can't blitzer? Man, don't say that. Don't say that. If Horikoshi and Toriyama were writing a collab manga, Horikoshi would be like, and then Goku can't hit Toga. And Toriyama, who, you know Toriyama, he doesn't give a fuck. He'd be like, sure, I guess. He wouldn't even check. He would just be like, I guess, yeah, maybe. I just didn't know that your character was that fast. And then people would be sending him messages afterwards like, dude, what the... all those manga mails, you know, whenever mail comes in and it's just fans going, oh, why did this happen? And then the manga has to explain in grueling detail why it happened. We need more accurate time patroller scaling. Time patroller scaling is actually broken. Bro, oh my god, if we got the definitive Dragon Ball game, it had like GT as a main story, Super as a main story, Daima as a main story, Super Dragon Ball Heroes is like the last extra final story. Like, dude, it would be so peak. Could you imagine? You click the Super Dragon Ball Heroes story, and the first mission is Blue Goku versus Blue Vegeta in the Rocky Wasteland. And then when you beat that fight, like Trunks' time machine shows up and he's like, guys, no more messing around. We need to go to Prison Planet. And Goku's like, I don't know what that is, but we'll go there. And then that's how it starts. That'd be peak. Oh my god. All right. All right. A lot of people making Dokkan original moves make custom skills animations for definitive Dragon Ball game. 100%, yeah. Bro, whoever decided Gogeta should actually use Dragon Fist was a gangster. Because I know for a fact they were probably itching to make his ultimate Big Bang Kamehameha again. Like, anytime you're making Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you can only ever do the thing he's only ever done, which is Big Bang Kamehameha. So seeing Dokkan actually go out of the way to go, nope. He's going to use the stronger, more ultimate move. And you're like, okay, let's see it. And it's Dragon Fist, and it's just cool. Yeah. Ironic how Breakers was literally playing like how Goku and friends need to team up and defeat strong big bads, but still unbalanced. Yeah. Vegeto's sword skills have been cool as shit too. Oh yeah. Anytime he combines his sword or he goes for like the big like circular like quick draw kind of slash stuff like that is cool. Vegito gets to go Tensor, yeah. Are you a fan of astronomy, Steens? No. My brother's more into like space stuff, right? But I mean, I still care about space stuff. I'm just not like actively like looking it up or researching it, like ever. But space stuff does interest me in general. There was one time where Gogeta, SG4 Gogeta did Final Shine Kamehameha. I totally forgot the Super Dragon Ball Heroes game has even more insane moves. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube actually. The Super Dragon Ball Heroes has an insane team attack between Goku, Gohan, and like Blue Evolved Vegeta. Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Goku, Gohan, Vegeta. Attack. Let me just search that. Super Dragon Ball Heroes is still kind of niche. It's just mad hard to find anything for this. Especially because it's over now, right? Okay, I found the video for all special attacks, but that's like way too damn long. Is this it? Man, there are just so many insane moves in this. No, actually, let me leave this on the side so I can just bear witness to some of these insane moves. Okay. So one of the moves is Ultra Instinct Goku and Gohan both charge up a Kamehameha and they fire at the enemy. It hits the enemy and it drags the enemy all the way around the planet. And Vegeta's waiting on the other side. And as the enemy's coming back to where he is, he just turns around and hits that Gamma Burst Flash. And it knocks the enemy into the sun. No, it shoots through the sun and blows up the sun. Is that not an insane move? That's a move that one playable character has in that game. That's wild. It's actually insane, and it's just one character's move. I know there's another one. The Blue Gogeta, Golden Frieza, and Broly team up super attack is, what was it? I think it was Golden Frieza and Gogeta jump you the same way Goku and Frieza jumped Jiren, where it's like the POV of both of them beating the crap out of you. And in the middle of them beating the crap out of you, Broly just loses his shit and just charges in, and Gogeta notices it and he gets out of the way, and Frieza gets hit, and the enemy gets hit by Broly. And Broly starts crashing out and he throws a blast at the enemy. Frieza gets mad that Broly did that and he throws a blast at the enemy. And Gogeta's like, oh, it's nice that we're all getting along. And he does a last Kamehameha and all three of their beams connect into you at the same time. Absolute cinema. Actually, absolute cinema. I'll look up technique name. Yeah, technique name is probably easier. Hold on. I think Philip's showing me something. Oh, yeah, Ultra Instinct Goku has a silver dragon fist in Super Dragon Ball Heroes as well. That's nuts. Oh, he even aura farms at the very end. Dude, that's actually wild. He hits the craziest aura farm at the end as well. Man, and in World Mission, you can have everyone perform the same animation with different character models. I still missed World Mission for its customization. Yeah. Is World Mission completely down? Like, you just can't play it, like, at all now that Super Dragon Ball Heroes is, like, done? Super Dragon Ball Heroes games are that good. I don't know if the gameplay per se is good. What's the best way to describe Super Dragon Ball Heroes gameplay? Is it like a turn-based RPG or is it like a TCG? Is it like a card game? Because when I played it, it felt like a mix of both, but I didn't know how to describe it. Super Dragon Ball Heroes, maybe the core gameplay isn't that good, but the animations are so insane, it's unreal. Like, there's a Gogeta unit that I think starts off in like base form or Super Saiyan. Then he goes Super Saiyan 1 and hits you with a combo. Then he goes Super Saiyan 3 and hits you with another combo. And then he goes Super Saiyan 4 and and I think that's the one that does Final Shine Kamehameha. He like starts off as Super Gogeta, and as he's beating you up, he transforms up the stage until he reaches 4. And then he does like Final like Shine like Kamehameha, and it's like insane. I hope we get Broly DBS with the Super Saiyan Awoken in Future Saga Chapter 3. I'm thinking that's what we're gonna get, because they actually are doing transforming characters now, so. Did you think From Software will make a game that'll dethrone Elden Ring anytime soon? 100%, yeah. From Software managed to dethrone Dark Souls 3, which was like one of the most popular games ever. Like all of the memes of Dark Souls 3 were like just glazing the game or talking about silly things in the game. It's one of those games where it's not chock full of negative memes. Like, I don't know. Last of Us 2 is a good example. Even if you like Last of Us 2's gameplay and story, the memes about the game are all negative, which can bring the reputation down, right? Like what? Calling someone a Genshin Impact fan is a bad thing. When people think of Genshin Impact, they think, oh, that smells. They don't even need to know Wuthering Waves exist. People just remember Genshin from like 5 years ago and remember how like corny or cringe the game was then, and it's still going now. That's a negative meme. That can make people not invested in trying something out. But Dark Souls 3 was only getting glazed memes. Bro, how many people are playing Dark Souls 3 on Steam right now? Let me check. I guarantee you it's at least 5 times more people than Sparking Zero. So Steam player count Sparking Zero. Let's check that. 1,200 people are on Sparking Zero right now. That's a tiny bit higher than normal, I think. Steam player counts Dark Souls 3. Keep in mind, Dark Souls 3 is like how old is Dark Souls 3? Maybe like, wait, is Dark Souls 3 approaching like 10 years old? It might be. Okay. Dark Souls 3 has 4,500 people in it right now. So my bet was wrong. But Sparking Zero's peak was 1.4 today. Dark Souls 3's peak was 7K. So I'm technically right. But not by the bounds of my own contract, which means I would go to hell and the devil would abuse me. But in a sense, I was correct. What about Ultra Super Villain Omega Shenron? I think that's doing only DBS villains for Ultra Super Villain, because starting off with Goku Black and Jiren makes it very obvious that it's a DBS focused thing. So, yes, Genshin, the game with the auraless MC. Yeah, this isn't even about like Wuthering Glaze, right? This is just like when people think of Genshin Impact, they think a waifu gathering harem simulator game with a weak cameraman MC who never speaks and Paimon talks nonstop and emergency food and blah blah blah. That's most people's perception of Genshin Impact. Then again, most people's perception of everything is always super shallow, but that's how most people think of Genshin Impact. Oh, Coca-Cola is so good. All right. For some reason, the last 2 slots are broken, so I'll do 1 round of Vegeta abuse, and then we'll go again. Then Impact has almost no players. I'm actually hoping that game gets 0 players, not because I want the game to die, but because I want the people playing the game to move on to something else. I want them to play something that makes them actually, like, feel fulfilled. Like, no hate. No hate on the game. I actually just want... Because if they're that dedicated to Nen Impact, they would be dedicated to another game that would treat them way better. And they would be getting way more rewards in. Hell, one of the people playing Nen Impact right now could be a future FGC player. He just has to stop playing that game and play something real. So... Okay, what is this? Super Saiyan 3 Xeno Goku, Vegeta Trunks Fusion, and Gohan Xeno all hitting Kamehamehas. I don't know why it's piss yellow, but that's a move they have. Wait, does it destroy the sun again? Nope, but that does look insane. It's insane that Super Dragon Ball Heroes still does the effect of beams going off the planet, but Sparking Zero just does not want to do that. I hate being mean to Sparking Zero, but that game really is like, that game's kind of on forward watch, not gonna lie. Okay, what's this? There's another team attack. Xeno Gogeta, Supreme Kai of Time, and Adult Super Saiyan Goten. So it's Bring Your Son to Work Day, and also Supreme Kai of Time. Okay. Don't know how that team up happened, but it happened. Link the video. Oh yes, I will. I shouldn't be hiding Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Is it over already? Man, I didn't even get my lazy ass off anything. I was still charging up. Okay. Oh wait, we should be doing this in the other mode, so we can get Super Mix Capsule Z.
I don't believe it.
Okay, wait, how much?
You're seriously awesome.
630 for 1 run. How long did that take? 20 seconds? And I'll ask you to play PvP. I'm good. Let's do the other thing so we can get Super Mix Capsule Z. Did play with photo mode more on stream? I mean, I'd love to, don't get me wrong, but when I get on the game mostly to actually like play the game. Not there's anything wrong with taking pictures on Xenoverse 2, but I am not that invested on the game. How about this? We'll take pictures if I go to the multi-lobby. I say if because I normally don't go to the multi-lobby, but if I go to the multi-lobby, we'll do some photo mode shenanigans. Alright, let me link you guys the video. Dragon Ball Superhero. There you go. Why is Supreme Kai of Time there? Is she gonna transform or is she just chilling? She didn't even transform. Gotenks is using his sword from Future Trunks to slice motherfuckers into pieces. Okay, Gogeta comes in at the end, steals all the aura, as usual.
Sup?
He's taking aura away from his son. This guy's actually evil as fuck. Man, that's crazy. Wait, it makes an explosion? I didn't think Stardust Breaker would make an explosion. That is such a cool visual. Okay, the Stardust Breaker explosion on the horizon of the planet is such an absurdly hard visual. That's really cool. Dragon Ball unironically needs to take aura notes from itself, because what the hell is going on, man? Alright, that's crazy. Transform Supreme Kai Time, SJ4 Daima Goku. Too much chest. For real. Okay, let's get these quests started. Vegeta. First of all, he is Vegeta. Second of all, he is Vegeta. Third of all, we want to beat Vegeta, but we can beat Vegeta because he's Vegeta. Charles Breaker explodes in a Broly movie? Oh no, yeah, it does. When it explodes in a Broly movie, it's more like it's the mix of like a laser light show and then you know, a Dragon Ball Sparking Zero explosion cloud. But in like Super Dragon Ball Heroes, when it explodes, it doesn't turn into a bunch of fire. It just keeps the rainbow color scheme, but it just shoots out into all directions, and it looks so cool. All the Super Dragon Ball Heroes team ultimates either boom the planet or create massive explosions. Yeah, the game, to be fair, I mean, they know what Dragon Ball fans want. They want characters to team up in the most bizarre team ups. They want characters to do their most insane moves. They want characters to do literally everything. They want characters to be in any fit possible. All of these different things, you know? So I cannot take points away from them for doing that. What the hell is I gonna do? I already forgot. Man, I can't wait for Wuthering Waves 2.6. Let me keep the woo-woo talks low. I'm turning into a glazer on stream. Okay. We might be level 180 next update. I think we will. The only reason why we're not level 180 now is because the Diamond update isn't part of the future saga, so it's not supposed to have that. Are people having a hard time joining, or am I stupid? Did I make it like a private room? I am actually that stupid, so. Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Level 200 is real and nobody will legitimately reach it before the game dies. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. So, you know, I can actually be level 199. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of levels, I think me and my brother were having a talk about this. I think I mentioned this on stream, but I can't remember as well. Someone did the numbers. Not the numbers. Someone literally played the game. In Genshin Impact, oh, we're bringing up Genshin again, third time in the stream. In Genshin Impact, it takes 3 years and a few months to go from level 89 to 90, which is the max level, by just doing activities in the game. Like, if you don't use any XP material, it takes over 3 years to get from level 89 to 90. Is that absurd? Maybe. Is that crazy? Maybe. Now, I will give the game a pass. Who's leveling up characters without upgrade materials? That does sound insane. That does sound like an actually insane thing to do. But Genshin usually does love wasting your time, so that did surprise me. Actual pure evil? IS freemium gaming? Yeah. It's part of the gacha game cycle. I'm pretty sure it's probably not longer in Honkai Star Rail. It's, man, I don't even know if these Z characters can level up outside of upgrade materials. I've never checked. Boom, boom, boom. Someone might have to invite me. Are the last 2 slots just broken? Just with the XP it gives you? Yeah, if you just do activities in the world, the XP you get would get you from level 89 to 90 in 3 years. It's been 3 years with Lumine. All right. I see how it is. We've already entered the stroking part of the Studio J stream and only 53 minutes in. There's still plenty of diamond characters Dimps could add. Bro, don't say that, bro. You know they're going to add Pansy, right? And then you're going to be like, damn, why did I say that? Wait, hold on. Can Sonic the Hedgehog... Wait, Sonic the Hedgehog versus DBZ. Can he... Does Sonic not beat the life out of DBZ? Now, let me just skip to the end of the video. What's at the very end? Boo. Okay, what does he say about Sonic versus Boo? Hold on, wait, let me play the audio. I'm not...
It turns out there aren't any speed feeds that put Sonic as any faster than 500 million C. At least not reliably.
What is 500
and unless
million
you
C?
assume his fights with Eraser Jin are actually multiversal, which like I said is a stretch, then Sonic's not any stronger than a multi-solar system buster either. I really thought he could do it, but it looks like Sonic is losing to Majin Buu. Just kidding. Strap in, it is time to go beyond.
I was gonna say, does Sonic not beat the shit out of Majin Buu? The guy was trolling. He was trolling. I was like, wait a minute, what? Does Sonic not beat the actual smack out of Majin Buu? He was trolling. He was. I was like, wait, what? Maybe I need to see the scaling because I'm not understanding this. Okay, I think the rest of the video is him talking about Super Sonic. I think the whole video was based Sonic. Because he started playing like a dun, 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 in his world, which is like a Super Sonic theme. A Super Sonic OST. I was about to say, get this fraud out of here. I think the whole video was based Sonic, yeah. Because I'm going through it and there's not one Super Sonic visual. Okay, that sounds like a fun video to watch later, so I'll leave that tab open. I prefer Vegeta Mini, Gloria, Majin Buu, Do, Tamagami's, King Goma as playable characters in Xenoverse 2. I can't wait to see how they do King Goma's hype in this game. They kind of have to make Goma playable, right? No, but that's the issue. They didn't make some Max playable. Xenoverse doesn't have giant playable characters, although to be fair, Sparking couldn't even balance them, so maybe Xenoverse shouldn't have them either. But... See, type in little V Mills Devils Never Cry. Oh, no, I'm pretty sure I know who that is. And I'm pretty sure I'll probably listen to that video too. I know he did well, he does everything, right? Doesn't Little V do like an OST or a, not an OST, but doesn't he do like a cover of like every single theme that's ever existed? He also did one for the, what's the meme anime song? The one that goes, I'm pretty sure he did that as well, right? And he also did Shikanoko's opening. He does like everything.
You can do a lot better than that.
Gloria's popping off in the back. Gloria's popping off in the back. This could make King Goma's third eye Broly size. They could. They could. All right. Bring. I'm kind of stupid, Loki. Okay. Oh yeah. Wait. I got a super chat. I'm just dumb as hell. I didn't see it. Hold up. I didn't see it. Oh my lord. Thank you so much, Carlos, for the $2 initial super chat. Think we'll get Super Margin free from Daima for Cax? No. Oh. I'm so stupid. No. I would love to say yes, but I can't say in any good faith because they didn't give Power Awakened or Orange to the Namekians, and they literally, bro. My lord, if they're not going to give that to the Namekians, they're not going to give Super Margin free to Margins. I think at this point, they're only in the mood to add transformations that change your hair color. They're changing even the skin color is too much effort at this point. Make a Dragon Ball Wish to bump you up to 5 levels? 5 levels? Doesn't the Dragon Ball Wish only bump you up a single level? Am I insane? Or does it now do 5? Because the levels are so... Like, the levels are so big now. Is Super Saiyan Blue worse than God? Do you mean in game or in the series? Because in the series it's way better than God, and in game it's like kind of dependent on what you. Universe 3 is gonna have it all. Don't worry. Amen, brother. Amen. Stay vigilant. Stay strong. Be a believer. Never give up. Never back down. Never what? You know how much content farming there is with rom-com Goku fanfics? I had no idea. Yep. I guess Sonic just loses to Kid Buu. Is what I would say. That was an incredibly hilarious segue. I'm gonna be real. I don't think Sonic even needs Super to beat Kid Buu, but whatever, you know. It's just my opinion. It's my opinion. That reminds me, some guy did an insane Super Sonic versus Saitama animation that was really good, and it was so good that it didn't make me hate One Punch Man, which is, you know, as you guys know, that's basically an insane feat. Goku versus Sakura was wild. Goku X Sakura was wild. Goku X Miku. The Raiders Bojack, I don't want to do it. If you have a Super Soul, that's also recovery. Super Soul Blue will never win. Yeah. Sonic beats most Shonen Pro tags. I'm pretty sure it does, yeah. I mean, to be fair, most Shonen Pro tags aren't like super strong. If anything, Goku, despite his age in Shonen history, like Buu Saga Super Saiyan 3 Goku is still stronger than like probably 80, maybe 90% of Shonen, right? And if you include the movies, he's even stronger. And if you include GT, then yeah, right? He didn't even need DBS to like still have him be like in the top like 80-90% of like shonen protagonists. Like Goku was always crazy. Did I get Future Saga and Diamond DLC? I would recommend getting the Diamond DLC just because like almost every move in that DLC is great. With the Future Saga, I would probably only recommend getting the first one and not the second one. When is Future Saga dropping? Probably soon because Festival of Universes ends. Remember, Festival of Universes ends early. This Festival of Universes ends early, ends 3 weeks earlier than normal. So very soon. Someone just saved me from this barbaric ape trying to hit me with that finished blow. Goku X Mirror X Zam X Steed. Alright, I see. I've forgotten heroes. Damn near every villain was turned into a Margin or Tough Lies like Margin Omega Shan or No Diffs, Golden Frieza, and Golden Metal Cooler. That Margin amp sure goes a long way, I guess. Oh. Oh, my waves wavered. Okay.
No complaints here. You're incredible.
Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. I predict Future Saga 3 could release somewhere in either September, October, or November. I could see that. I could see that. When is Goku gonna teach us no hard feelings? You mean in Xenoverse? I don't know if they'll do that as a super attack. They might because Sparking Zero's probably reminded the Xenoverse devs of a bunch of super attacks they haven't added to the game. They'll just go, oh shit, write that down, write that down. Monster Baby taking over Flood's Sparking Zero's custom dialogue options. I totally forgot about that, yeah. I got to admit, I wanted to be a Margin when I was younger. Hey, I don't blame you. When I was younger, I wanted to be a Super Saiyan or Cooler. Those are the two things. Dude, oh, we're nearly at 100 likes already? Good lord. Good lord, guys. Thank you. Maybe I should be streaming at the dead of night some more. Because apparently all the people who like the stream right away come out during the actual, like, lunar eclipse. The darkest hour. Is it lunar eclipses or solar eclipses? I'm assuming they're both just mad dark. Super attack Chomp. This is what we need because Goku's ace in the hole. We do need a grab super where we actually bite the enemy. That would be sick. If we get that, I'm equipping it on every character. And if you're cheesing, I won't use it on you because Goku only bites strong opponents. So I'm not going to use it on anyone who cheeses. Special action if there's a freezer race or will you bite the tail? Oh my god. Okay.
What is with that attack?
What is with that attack? Why don't I have Bending Kamehameha on? Why am I such a fraud? This was the saddest run ever. He literally got erased right away. The fact we're still missing one form from Z Broly is insane. Really? We got base form, Super Saiyan, and Legendary. What do you mean? Which one are we missing? Don't say Bio Broly, I swear to God. Megatron is good in this game, but get outshines by square triangle on male Saiyans and male Laughings. Yeah, no, Megatron is pretty decent in this game, but the game is kind of crazy as well. Unrestrained
No
Super Saiyan?
complaints here. You're incredible.
Do you mean the yellow hair variant from the second movie? Because I know yellow head Super Saiyan and blue head Super Saiyan are actually supposed to be two different forms of SSJ. What the frick? Okay. Okay. Time Power Unleashed Demigod versus Fu from Xenoverse. Fu? Fu's kind of insanely strong. I just noticed the slight bulge on Vegeta. Forgive me. You're forgiven, but I promise you, it is not a slight bulge at all. It's never been a slight bulge. Him and Golden Frieza are swanging. All right, they are packing heat.
No complaints here. You're incredible.
Golden Frieza's bulge is so unreasonable. I'm shocked that they just put that shit in the game and said, yeah. Do you think we might get SSJ4 CAC? Oh, get SSJ4 for CACs or no? The best time to do it would have been Daima. Like the Daima DLC dropped, and it didn't. So I'm assuming it's just not going to happen. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, why are we talking about... Alright, I see. I think people finally wake up to Chi-Chi being a good mother and wife. Yeah, it takes people a while to wake up to Dragon Ball characters actually, you know, being good human beings. Like, you don't see any more Goku as a bad dad. But there's definitely still probably a huge amount of people that think that.
What is with that attack? Seems I underestimated.
Boom, 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 boom. I didn't even move. Didn't even move. Dama definitely leans into the aspect of the whole I wasn't really involved thing. Yeah, oh no, yeah, it did. Fat Janemba should have been added day one. In this game? Imagine. Imagine no other giant was playable except Fat Janemba. Do you know how funny that would look in the roster? All right. Oh, Johnny Appleseed, thanks so much for the $2 donation. Johnny Zosta. When does the DLC drop? Most likely when Festival of Universes ends, because Festival of Universes is ending 3 weeks early just to make way for some Dragon Ball DLC or announcement. Most likely a DLC from an announcement. Okay. Oh, not even as a roster character, as a raid boss. Oh. But yeah, Fat Janemba should have been in the game, yeah. He'd be a sick raid boss. Imagine you do too much damage to him and he turns into, like, actual Janemba. Like, that's the way it should be. Power scaling daughter or shipper son? Here's my extremely magma hot take. Power scaling daughter would fuck up every power scale and would argue insane shit all the time. Shipping son would just have all the girls shipped with one guy as a harem. Let's be 100,000,000% real. Or shipping son might spit facts. He might say insane shit like Bora and Asami is a bad ship. Or shit, shipping son would say Spider-Man X Mary Jane. That's what he would ship. He wouldn't have any. He wouldn't do Bakugo and Deku. He'd be saying, "Oh, Deku and a chocolate." Because I used my eyes to watch the series, and that's what I saw. So that's what I shipped. Final Explosion was actually going kind of crazy though. Mary Jane does not deserve Spider-Man. She doesn't deserve Spider-Man, but she's still the girl Spider-Man wants.
You're incredible.
Yeah, what if power scaling daughter said Sonic is a fraud and creates a full power, can solo Asura's verse? Out of the house. You can get acquainted with sleeping on the streets. Alright. Make sure you use the lawn as a blanket. Alright. I love that Mary Jane scream from the cartoon from a couple decades ago. Oh, you mean the one where it goes, no? I don't know which other Mary Jane scream that there could be, so I'm just imagining the one time he screamed when he was trying to reach out to the ghost version of her. What do I think the DLC characters will be? Most likely Ultra Super Villain Dragon Ball Super Broly, and he will release alongside a wrathful Dragon Ball Super Broly that turns into a Super Saiyan, just like Z Broly had base Broly that turns into a Super Saiyan. Because don't forget, we still didn't have Planet Crusher and several other of Broly's moves in the game from DBS Broly, and most of the time when they add these characters, it's just because they're missing moves. A good example is Ultra Super Villain Goku Black is a really good excuse to add, because you finally add Goku Black Scythe in with him. Ultra Super Villain Vegeta has less reason to exist, but they wanted to reference Ultra Ego Vegeta. You can tell because there's even a loading screen that like compares Ultra Super Villain Vegeta to the same as Ultra Instinct Goku. So it's just an Ultra Ego reference. That's it.
You can do a lot.
Also, doesn't he make the two-handed death ball in the cinematic, just like Ultra Ego Vegeta? I mean, I know it's not part of his actual kit, but they make it part of the cinematic. So I think when they do these new DLC characters, they're only adding them in for the most part, so they can actually get the character's full moveset into the game. Or so they can get extra moves into the game from those same characters. Don't care what anyone says, UI should have Omen and should give stat boosts. What do you mean it should have Omen? Oh. What ship if some makes hentai comics with outrageous ships? He can die too. He served his purpose, and he's gone now. If I walk in and Shipping Sun is writing like, what's that small grape nigga in My Hero? If Shipping Sun is writing Mineta and Eri, straight up you'll see me on the news. I don't play games. My son will only power scale and ship correctly. My son will not be power scaling and shipping wrongly. Can I get an amen? Butcher says he served his purpose. Omen into mastered for humans and Saiyans. Oh yeah, no, 100%. That's what. Yeah, no, that's what it should have been. What if Shipping Sun shipped me with Anby? He's best. He's best. Of course, greatness comes from greatness, right? So. Boom, boom, boom. Your son will be playing Sparking 2. If I catch him playing Sparking 2, I'm beating him. What if Shipping Sun shipped me with a 400-foot fall? That sounds insane. Maybe he shouldn't. Fanboy says I'm gonna be a dad soon in like a couple of months. Hey, that's great to hear. Make sure it's a power scaling, son, or I'll be the first to warp to your house. Yeah, but that's actually good news, fanboy. That's very cool to hear. Oh, shipping son shipped you with Pro, bro. He's gotta go. Into the bin you go, shipping son. My son is forced to play Cursed Clash. That might be the ultimate punishment. Hold on, what? Is this a modder? He didn't go giant, right? Oh no, it's a modder. Okay. I don't know how I didn't notice that soon. I'm not gonna lie. I am not sure how I didn't notice that sooner. Kill him. I will. Don't worry. Be happy. Man, it's a CPU. I can't even kick him. So whoever Demon's Karma is on Xbox, because that's the gamer tag, right? That's not the character's name. That's the actual gamer tag. Whoever Demon's Karma is, he's a modder. So yeah. Unfortunate. I guess if you guys want to block him now, you can search the name on your Xbox and block him now. So yeah.
You can do a lot better than that.
Boom, 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 boom. The CPU was a modder's cack. I've never seen that happen before. Yeah, I've not seen it happen either. Maybe it happens on PlayStation, but I don't know about. Yeah. Remember Xenoverse 2 mod stream? I feel like you should stream that. He's back again? Wait, maybe this nigga's not CPU. Let me check. Why is it always Namek characters? Oh, I think because Namekians already have the ability to go giant in neck code. So if you're modding any character, you mod a Namekian because you just get the increased range. It must not work with other races because they don't have the ability to do giant in neck code. Okay.
No complaints here. You're incredible.
Okay, buy me Street Fighter 6 Fights Edition on PC. I'm good. I'm alright. No, good night. We need better ways to get more TP medals. Everything costs TP medals, and it's getting too much for raids to only drop 15 to 20. Yeah, honestly, missions in this game should be dropping like 30, 50 TP medals. Okay. This modder is never gonna leave, bro. Is this the only AI we can get? Okay. Why this game and not Yulia? Because this is Xenoverse 2, baby. The best game in all of human history. You know, scientists were trying to figure out what the best video game was, and they looked to the stars, and all they could see in the constellations was this Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. It was like the universe was screaming back and sending them a message. I will grind Dragon Balls and ask Shonen to give you more medals. It will give you around 200 medals.
Nope.
I am not gonna lie. The amount of time it takes to farm Dragon Balls, you can do this 10 times before you can get Dragon Balls to wish for the TP wish. 100%. You can do this 10 times before that can happen. If anything, completing raids should give you more TP medals, but no. Oh, you survived the 5 minutes of a really boring, hard sleep-inducing raid. Here's one single TP medal. That feels so cruel. Despite how much content Xenoverse 2 has, I find it too boring to ever play again. That's very fair. Are you doing an event raids? Nope, just expert missions. Okay, now we have a guy. Console Muppets. Universe 2 gets boring way too fast. That's extremely fair. The only reason I can stream it is because you guys are there and I can just chill with you guys. Universe 2 is just a chatting stream at this point. Phone's gonna die by. Alright, see you, JJ Mayhem. And now let us move. I'm wondering when should I end the stream, because that stream's way later than normal. Oh my god. That's great. How far is Toga getting in the tuning exams? Well, hold on, let's do the math. Where's the fastest Naruto characters are in the tuning exams, or at the point of the tuning exam? Because this is the part where I'm gonna be the My Hero fan. Yep. That's what I'm doing now. It's my turn to be the My Hero fan. Let's do some power scaling. So, how fast are the tuning exam characters? How fast are part 1 Naruto characters? That's what I should say. How fast are part 1 Naruto characters at like that top speed? Speed of sound? Does it go higher? Going once? Going twice? Going 3 times? Does it get any higher than speed of sound in like early Naruto? You don't remember? That's fair, that's fair. Okay, well, whichever speed early... Oh, wait, hold on. Early Naruto was when Kishimoto wrote that Naruto characters would not be able to do shit against guns, right? So that means they have to be, like, slow enough that bullets are a consistent threat to them. And, again, most bullets are around the speed of sound or over the speed of sound. So...
No complaints here.
If Kishimoto wrote that in early Naruto, that means Toga beats the fuck out of... Toga aces the tuning exams and solos the whole of Naruto Part 1. Because if Deku is FTL and he can't catch Toga, that would mean that her speed is relativistic enough that it would be hard to catch. A good example is animals that are faster than other animals don't always end up catching slower animals just because of evasiveness, maneuverability, you know, God's tier sidesteps, jukes, as some people say. I mean, you guys have seen Corey Kenshin before. We already know FNAF animatronics can canonically teleport, and just like Wally West, Corey Kenshin still manages to break the ankle. So you can be slower and still avoid danger. So if Deku's FTL, Toga is at least 99% of the speed of light. And that solos all of Part 1 Naruto. So there you go. Toga not only gets in the tuning exam, but she aces it so hard that they make her Hokage that same day. Now, if I'm being realistic, Toga's probably still kind of decently quick. If I'm being realistic, Toga is still really quick, but I don't think she's getting through the truth. I mean, it depends on who she fights, right? When it gets to the combat section.
Awesome.
But if I'm being realistic, I think she actually can get into the tuning exams. I don't think she beats Gaara, because he's smelly and OP. But she might. She might beat Gaara, actually. She might. And if they got motherfuckers throwing shurikens at each other, then her bringing knives isn't like against the rules or anything. You know? Like guys are using shurikens and swords and shit. Firing like fireball jutsus at each other and big ass Rasengans. So her knives at this point are like completely like fair. You know? That's like fair game. He's pre-OG Naruto. We only see him in Shippuden defeat all before Naruto was even born. Yeah. You heard that here Toga beats Gaara. I don't know how fast Gaara actually is. But part 1 Naruto characters like, oh, bullets are a threat. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm very sure you could shoot Toga to death. And kill her. Just like you would have an early Naruto character. Good lord, man. Look at that damage. If Gaara transforms to the One Tail, he wins? Oh, yeah. Completely, yeah. Yeah, actually, no, that's a good point. Yeah. You have to remember that a lot of these characters have, like, power-ups and transformations. Or jutsus that, like, stop you from moving. Or just stun you or anything. Minato was actually alive in OG Naruto, but it was retcons later on in this series, and we don't see any feats from him. That's tragic. Gaara doesn't need speed at all. He's insane. Yeah, I know. Well, part 1 Gaara just stood there, but what about later Gaara's, dude? Does he, like, move at all, or does he still rely mostly on the fact that you're going to come to his range? And even if you don't, his hands can hit you from usually wherever he's fighting you. He wasn't confirmed to be Naruto's dad. You see him in the manga and background of the show sometimes. Itachi Solo is my hero? Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, how do you beat a Genjutsu? I mean, if you cope, Deku might. Oh my goodness, Derek. Good lord, Derek. My god. Thanks so much for the $50 donation for Super Chat, Derek. Depression couldn't beat Crons. Couldn't kill me. Oh, couldn't beat Crons. Couldn't beat me. The army couldn't ruin me. College couldn't deplete me. I stand 24 and alive. I will live to see the end of this decade to explain. I've been fighting Crons for 4 years, and yeah, I live. God damn, Derek. Holy shit. You might be him. You might be the guy. You might be the strongest. I had no idea. Have you ever mentioned that? I don't think so. Good lord. Well, first of all, thanks so much for the $50 donation, Derek. And second of all, you are, there's the camera. You are powerful, man. You are a strong dude. I could not be. All right. If we're doing power scaling, everyone else in the chat, negative diff. But I wouldn't be able to beat Derek. Derek, you are a tough cookie. Good lord. Yeah, W don't honestly, yeah, W Derek. Guys, can we get W Derek's in the chat? Massive W to Derek, dude. Holy crap. Thank you so much for the donation, but also I had no idea. That you were going through that. Yeah, actual champion. W Derek. Keep moving, soldier. Hell yeah. Cheer 1 Derek. Yeah, like Derek's comment too. I totally forgot. You can like comments now. Enough power scaling, let's do cuddle scaling. I give the best cuddles, end of story. Don't question it. You want proof? Ask my mother. Exactly. I give the best hugs. Don't even try it. Good lord, yeah. W Derek. Actually, I did not know he was going through that. Thank you immensely, dude. So much. And I hope it's like, again, I'm very not knowledgeable on all of these terminal things. I don't think I know anyone from my family who suffered from anything like super insane. I hope it sounds like a total victory based on your enthusiasm. So I'm very happy for you, Derek. I think we're all very happy for you. In fact, that's tough. You know, you stand proud. You are strong. Good lord, man. W's. Yeah. Holy hell. Thank you so much, dude. Oh, What is that? And then Grim joined in like a tag assist. Damn, just when you think you've beat Goku, Vegeta shows up. Grim, thanks so much for the $50 donation, Grim. Again, by the way. Thanks so much for the $50 donation, Grim. He said, W Derek, shout out to you, bro. Yeah, bro, even Grim's saying shout out Derek. W Grims, W Derek. You guys are cool as hell. You guys are actually cool as hell. Shout out to you, bro. Oh, man. What's that YouTube meme? I'm so proud of this community. But I actually am proud of this community. You guys are actually cool. Like, the coolest. You're the strongest people, for one. What else would I expect from Dragon Ball fans, right? We traded our ability to read for our pure strength. But not only that, you guys are super kind. You actually took after Goku. We love you too. Oh man, you get no. I'm not trying to do a Homelander, but you guys are the real heroes. All right. You're gonna make me cry. You guys are actually the strongest. You're gonna make me get emotional. Don't make me get emotional. I don't cry. Look, last time I cried, and it was barely any, by the way, because I'm a strong man. But my brother cried for his birthday, and it made me kind of tear up a little bit. You know, Goku cries too, though, so that's fine. If Goku cries, I'm allowed to cry. But you guys are gonna hit me in my weak spot. Let me chill. Let me calm down. Thank you so much, Derek, and thank you so much, Grimzoom. And again, Derek, holy shit, tough ass dude. Even Grimzoom's out here showing support for you, man. Good lord. My mentals are Goku and Optimus Prime based mentals. Actually, W mentals. W mentals. Goku, Optimus Prime, my beloved. I love this channel. You guys are super cool. We take after our streamer. Okay, that's the good version of we take after our streamer. Not when we're doing a Zenless stream and it's just pure gooning in the chat. Yep. Frieza never cried? Exactly. Good point. Frieza never cried. Holy moly. Wait, did I heart both of those messages? I'm pretty sure I did. Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm honestly shocked, Derek. You've been here for so long. I don't think I ever knew at one point. That's actually, I mean, I guess you didn't want to like make anyone like upset or anything or bring the mood down, right? By going, hey guys, I'm in a tough spot right now. Something might happen to me soon. I get that, but you are a very strong guy. You kept that to yourself and you won too. That's actually crazy. We would have shared our energy with you, man. We would have all made a spirit bomb for you too. But hey, look, sometimes you don't need spirit bomb to beat the villain. Sometimes, if I don't, who will? Dragon Fist. That's some tough shit, man. Good stuff, dude. Man. All right, let's give this another try. Devils might cry though. Okay, devils might cry, but Frieza's worse than a devil. Now you can end the stream for us. Hey, I'm not gonna end the stream. Not now. I mean, normally I would just wrap up because it's kind of late, but I can't just end the stream after Grims and Derek showed such support. I want to keep going for my homies, you know. ZZZ stream. Maybe when it's not so late, we'll do a ZZZ stream. Because I would love to honestly finish the ZZZ story. And again, I hate doing comparisons, but it's only because I'm playing them back to back. The Wuthering Waves one was more captivating for me. That's why I was able to finish it in one go. And it's not just because like Wuwa might. I don't see. Would I even say Wuwa has better gameplay than Zenless Zone? I would say it's definitely less repetitive. But sometimes, you know, there's nothing wrong with a gameplay cycle that's, you know, less diverse. To me, they both have similar gameplay. If I was to rate the gameplay for Wuthering Waves and Zenless, Wuthering Waves would probably be like an 8.7 to a 9, and Zenless would be like an 8. You know? Maybe a 7 if I'm playing characters I don't like. But the story for Zenless does still kind of suffer the... And it's weird because I think Zenless's cinematics are just actually easier to make it through than Genshin's and HSR's, but that story felt oddly kind of very talk heavy. It could be because I made the mistake of playing Wuwa first and actually going through good presentation. So anything else feels kind of rough to go through by comparison. I don't hate the story for Xenoverse. It's good. It's just slow. Not slow as an HSR slow where you're like, man, I'm just gonna skip. I'm gonna watch it on YouTube, and anytime it gets boring, I'll just skip ahead. Wuwa was more interesting than ZZZ for me as an outsider looking in. That's valid. That's valid. That is pretty valid. I feel like if you didn't know about both the games and you saw both of them, you would go, yeah, I'm playing Wuwa. That's a pretty reasonable take. Sometimes you just see something in the presentation that's so nice that makes you go, oh, I could get into this. And sometimes you see something else and you're like, yeah, the fighting's good, but man, they're just talking. You know, I think that's an opinion that a lot of people have of Final Fantasy games. Like the cutscenes are like super damn long, but the gameplay is like fire, so it makes you consider if you actually want to play it, knowing you have to go through the really long cutscenes. Oh, Derek, thanks so much for the $10 donation. Oh, Lord Milkmaker just became a member. Well, keep making more milks for us, dude. Derek, thanks so much for the $10 donation. He says, to let you know, I've been terminal from Crohn's alone 4 times, and I've been in the hospital 15 times for it alone. It has been tough, but I'm stubborn. Naruto would not give up, so neither should I. Oh, dude. Facts. Believe it. Believe it. Naruto had 9 tails in him, and he didn't give up. We can't give up. We take by the example of our goats. That's why we look up to our heroes.
You can do a lot better than that.
People can say self-insert as much as they want, but who wouldn't want to be Naruto? Who wouldn't want to be Goku? Who wouldn't want to be the best version of themselves, who does their best, not only for other people around them, but for themselves too, you know? Who wouldn't want to be strong? Who wouldn't want to be kind? That's a trait that all human beings aspire to possess, or just have in general. So yeah, Naruto. Man, I was talking about good role models, and I totally forgot about Naruto. I actually need to watch Naruto, because I don't know enough about it. I have like the most Clip Notes version of the way Naruto's plot goes out in my head. Which is why I usually can't, like, it's why you never see me criticize the story of Naruto, because I don't know enough to criticize. I'm not gonna do a MiHoYo fan and badmouth something that I literally know nothing about. But yeah, thank you so much for the $10 donation, Josh. Did I caught that one as well? Let me check. Let's check. Hey. Also, Jesus, 15 times? Good lord. You are a survivor. A real survivor, not that fraud you play in Dragon Ball The Breakers. You are a real survivor. Now the stream is just wholesome. Yeah, the stream went from me ranting about how fast is Toga to wholesome. Hey, is Toga FTL? Let's talk about it.
Is this it?
To just wholesome stuff. Oh, Steve, do you know what Uncle Ben said? Yes, of course. Indeed. Wholesome stream.
No complaints here.
You're incredible. You hear that, guys? Goku said you're incredible. He was talking about all of us. We're all incredible. Mr. Incredible, one could say. Yeah, very, very wholesome stream now. All right, let's see. We've been going for an hour and a half. Or a little over an hour and a half. Let me refresh the page on YouTube real quick so I can see the actual number for how long we've been going. Thanks everyone, genuinely. Oh, thank you, Derek. Thank you. How about that? Maybe Storm Games could do as well. Oh yeah, you're right. I could play the Storm Games. That's true. ZZ patch doesn't progress the main plot too much. It's more of a calm one. I'm fine with calm patches. If anything, I wasn't invested until ZZ story proper until the Miyabi update, which was like 1.4, I think. I wasn't that invested in the story that much. I was like, okay, I like the characters a lot. The story's not bad, but it wasn't enough for me to like keep notes of what was going on. If we add to the evil and wickedness of the world, what good would we be doing? True, exactly. There are some people who aren't even trying. They're already adding enough evil into the world, so there's no reason for us to do that. Do you know what Uncle Ben said? Yeah, well, great power comes with great responsibility. Is there another quote you said that I'm not aware of? Then everything changed when the Miyabi Nation attacked. When the Miyaball Nation attacked. Story hits different when you hit the Astro storyline. I actually liked Astro story. I think I remember hearing a lot of people didn't like it. That shocked me because I thought it was actually good. Like that was definitely far more character driven than like central plot. But that just bothered me, man. It bothered me so much to hear people go, oh, Astro story was kind of shit. I was like, what the? Like, don't get me wrong, the villain was bad in Astro story. It's literally just some upset woman, right? But like that's it. That's literally it. I think everything else about Astro story was flames. Let's see. Superman's a great mentor too. Superman unfortunately always gets remembered as the evil guy. Because of what's it called? Because of how much popular like evil Superman rep was around at the time, but now it should be different. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Going for Orphe to come out not because of her character. I don't like LOL, but because she'll be key for Anby. Oh man. I love Anby. I love Anby. One wholesome song along with listening to is Starman by David Bowie. I'm gonna have to open a tab for that now. All right. Hugo story hits hard too. Hugo story is pretty good, yeah. It is. I remember it being kind of logged, but I was invested the whole time, so. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's right. My bad. The new Superman movie is making people remember how cool Superman is. All Zack Snyder's Superman did was actually aura farm. Like, the only thing Zack Snyder's Superman contributed to media and society was making people say this is how Dragon Ball Z fights would look if they were in real life. And like that's kind of valid, right? There'd be way more energy beams and way more like teleporting, but sure. You know what I mean? But he wasn't actually like Superman. I don't think I need to say like, bro, okay. He can fly ludicrously. He's not even slow. Oh, wait, Starman is this song? I'm actually stupid. I actually didn't know which song it was until I heard until I got to a minute. Man, dun, 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 dun. Okay, this is like this is the song that always gets added to like Superman reels. I'm actually an idiot. I do know what Starman is. I'm just stupid. I just didn't recognize it by name or until I got to the part. Boom 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 boom. My favorite feel-good song is the GT Japanese theme. It's generally such a beautiful song. I'm trying to remember what that was like. Zack Snyder's Superman is just hype moments and aura of a movie. There's like no character. Yeah. I know people always say he doesn't smile. He does, but I know what they mean. He like barely emotes. Okay, well, I guess I got to like Starman so I don't lose it. All right, GT opening in Japanese. I might not remember what the GT opening was like at all in Japanese, because the only GT opening I know... Oh, it's dun 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 dun. Never mind, it's peak. I remember that. I actually like that way more than Charla Head Charla, by the way. But don't ask me what I think about Charla Head Charla, because I think it's actually... I don't think it's... I will like sing it ironically, but I don't think it's not for me. It's not that it's a bad OST. I mean, to me it is, but it's just not for me, because clearly everyone else likes it. And I don't like it, so that's not it being bad. That's just it not being for me. But Dan Dan I actually love. Dan Dan is fire. Dragon Soul is basically a discount version of Dan Dan. Yeah. We got to power as actually peak. We got to power as actually flames. Charlos overused and overrated. I see. My Fantastic Four Day is tomorrow. Let's go. Remember to go to bed early, all right? So you can wake up on time and get everything sorted before you head out. Because sometimes you always think, I'll be fine, I'll make it. But you usually don't. And I'm not saying that because I don't usually make it. Shush. I never said that. I'm just saying you don't want to take chances. See, what happens if you use Speed Demon against Super Evil Broly? Speed Demon? What is Speed Demon? Is that a drug? What about the Steve Aoki version of Charla, the pre-order bonus for Xenoverse 2? I don't think I've actually... No, I don't remember it. I just straight up don't remember it. I played it maybe 3 times in the game's whole life. When I was bored and I was dicking around with my friends in the multi-lobby and I just turned it on. If you're an evil Superman that's allowed to exist as Ultraman and Bizarro, yes. See, the Aether versus off-screen Gacha protagonist? Wait, which off... Oh, you mean characters like the Commander from like Blue Archive and stuff? They probably have more going on than Aether, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even hate Aether, they just do him so foul it's unreasonable. Like, I'm playing the character, I obviously want the character to be cool. You could say, oh, this is a story about playing a cool character. If I wanted to play a story where I play as a bum, I would play a game about playing as a bum. There are many games out there that make your character like either evil or like a bad person, or there's a revelation that your character's a piece of shit, or your character's like actually a fraud. You know what I mean? There are many games out there like that. If I wanted to play a game about that, that's what I would have played. Now, I'm not saying Aether needs to save the day every time, but it's just shocking how little the guy gets to do sometimes. Again, I've always said this. I like Nightline Aether a lot. He actually gets the respect he deserves. He's treated like an actual hero at the end of the story. So usually, Aether acts more like a secret agent, where he just does things behind the scenes. No one knows, no one cares, and everyone starts clapping that the day is saved, and they don't even know who saved them. But Nightline, everyone visibly sees him like final boss fight. The dragon. Well, they don't visibly see it, they just pray it. You know? I think that's cool. I think that's actually sick. There's very few moments that really stand out for protagonists in MiHoYo games. Maybe I guess because MiHoYo's fine with the protagonist being inactive. I feel like Trailblazer's the most active MiHoYo protagonist. Like, I've skipped all of Star Rail, and Trailblazer still actually looks like they lock in. Trailblazers are always in the final boss fights. They're always in, like, the cinematics. You know, the 30-second cinematics at the end of a 7-hour story. Trailblazer actually gets shit done, so... And also stupid, so maybe the issues that MiHoYo protagonists are too smart. But Aether's dumb as hell, too, so what the hell? I don't know, man. Is the dragon still the final boss? Right now, the newest boss in the game, I think, is like 2 chess pieces. It's like 2 chess pieces come to life by someone with like super mega eldritch god powers. I think that's the newest boss right now in the game. The dragon is like the one before that one. I mean, I think the dragon is supposed to be stronger lore-wise, but you know, that's just the next boss in the game right now. I still haven't got to that story yet. Because I'm not trying to skip Genshin story. I'm actually trying to do the recommended quest, not only because I want the premium currency, because there's barely fucking any in the game, but because I actually want to know what's going on. I don't want to criticize something that I know nothing about. That's just stupid. What if 2 bands beat Ultra Super Villain Full Power Jiren on ranked, no limitations? Crack open a can of 2 bands? I see. H-star protagonist imitates Steed's IQ. I see. Okay. H-star protagonist imitates Steed's IQ really well. Well, how about this? How about you imitate the amount of times a Xenoverse player takes a shower, which is none, by you physically not existing in my chat anymore. How about that? Mods, take him away. I'm kidding. I'm always gonna say I'm kidding because I never mean it, and I don't want anyone to actually get banned. We need to make a new rule that when I say ban that guy, he doesn't actually get banned. That needs to be a new rule. I want to make jokes where I can say, get this guy out of here, destroy him. And the mods won't do it because we're all super chill here and we know no one's actually like beefing with anyone. That needs to be a new thing we have. Because I want to make jokes about having to say, I'm joking at the end. Like, we're all chill here. We know we're not gonna, I'm not gonna ban you guys about making it. This isn't an LTG chat, all right? Where if you rate me a 9 instead of a 10, I'll unironically ban you. Right? We're chilling here. That needs to be a new rule. That when I say ban, when was the last time we had to actually ban someone? Other than like a spamming bot, right? Even if someone comes in here to argue with me or with you guys, we don't ban them. Let them say their piece. If you guys want, you argue with them. Sometimes you guys tear into them. But no one's banning anyone and no one's being like super rude to anyone. So it's chill. You know, it's nice and chill here. You won't ban me for calling you the BBC King. You're on thin ice, but that's fine. That's fine. Also, you didn't actually. You putting the emoji at the end almost took you off the thin ice, but that's fine. It's fine. You can say whatever you want. We're chilling here. You know. If we forced Steve to read One Punch Man just to turn into an LGG stream, it would. It would. It would. Big Bang Crash King. You're right, Xeno Coffee. That's what he meant. Big Bang Crash King. Actually, that's what he meant. Yes. There you go. See, problem solved. If we change the words BBC into second form Cell Super Attack, we're all good. And that's so long as that's all we mean and nothing else. Damn, I like that, so I didn't hear the punchline that well. Oh, he almost banned me for saying facts. Oh my god, man. All right. Coming through. All right. Let's see. You could say the most goonerific thing ever and be fine, but the second you start spamming, I'm sending you to the Homestuck dimension. Fair enough. To be fair, Steed can't ban us because his mods actively go against him. Bro, that's true. If I was like... I'm like, what's the name of the guy? I'm Omega Flowey. I'm Omega Flowey and my mods are the 7 souls. They won't even let me ban you guys even if I wanted to. No, you're supposed to be obeying me. The Steed OJ mods. Dun, 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 dun. That's you guys. What if I spam I love Anby? I mean, we would only time you out for spamming, right? But that's based. So it's based, but it's also treading the line. All right, no spam. Everyone should be allowed to say their piece. Everyone's messages should at least have the chance of being seen, you know? Bro suddenly talking Undertale? I see. I just watched a video that was so cringe it hurt my soul, but at the same time I kind of respect it. Steve, are you sure Future Saga Chapter 3 would do Planet Namek again? Would it? If Ultra Super Villain Frieza gets done, it would be Namek. Wait, let me think. Because Ultra Super Villain Vegeta was Battle of Gods. Ultra Super Villain Goku Black was obviously the Goku Black arc. Jiren was post-Jiren. Jiren was post-Tournament of Power though, right? That wasn't... I haven't done that story. Is that mid Tournament of Power? I don't even know. Is that actually mid Tournament of Power? It might be. Because I haven't done that one, so I can't tell if they would redo. During development of Revamp 5.0, when we were working on Second Form Cell, we actually referred to Big Bang Crash as BBC. And I yelled, "Go, my BBC!" while testing the UI ego fight. That's great. That's actually great. Until itself is wholesome, and the game still gives you the chance to go off rails. Yeah. Future Saga Chapter 2 is after Tournament of Power. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because I was going to say because God of Destruction Topo, but no, that's because they just haven't made a base Topo model. Man, you could just make a non-playable base Topo model. You made a Second Form Cell model that we can't play as, so I don't know why base Topo is where you draw the line. They must just hate base Topo. Fat Phobic Xenoverse 2, what the hell? I hate my goat just because it's a little bit heavy. Okay. That's crazy. I hope they don't kill off Brilliant. I actually don't want them to kill off Fu. I get that Fu is like an actual supervillain. The later you get into like the mixed timelines. Like in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, he's like actually like a supervillain at the end, right? But Dragon Ball is like one of the only media you can bank on villains not dying. Mostly because they probably want to use them again later, or because Goku goes, "Hey, you're not actually that bad, bro." You know when you play a thing and you're like, "Man, that guy was kind of cool. I hate that he died." Well, in Dragon Ball, that guy gets to stay around sometimes, and that's cool. Like Frieza being brought back a million times is obviously like annoying, but so long as they just, if he can stay, so long as he just gets done well, that's it. You know, Frieza sticking around, still being alive after all this time is fine, so long as he's done well. I don't think anyone can argue with that. Except for Cell. Oh yeah, Cell just gets cut. He just gets to die forever. Sorry, Cell. I guess Father-Son Kamehameha is so Oh, do you think maybe because Goku was giving a boost from the afterlife, when Cell's soul got to the afterlife, it immediately got destroyed right away? So he can't come back ever? You think when he made it to the afterlife, Goku was like, "King Kai, that's the guy," and King Kai's like, "Understood, Goku." And they just burned his soul to second. They didn't even repurpose it and turn it into something else. They just actually fucking burnt it. They just used the soul as like fuel for the furnace, as like energy for the generator.
You can do a lot better than that.
You could do a lot better than that. I feel like base Topo's plans for Chapter 2, but Daima promotion took priority. There's a part where Topo, Jiren, and Dispo are doing their normal stance, but Topo weirdly has an unused stance. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, I haven't done the story, so I had no idea. Damn, maybe they were gonna do base Topo. But yeah, like you said, Daima. I feel like, did Daima catch the companies off guard? Because I feel like Daima came out of nowhere. No, not that Daima came out of nowhere, but it feels like all the games, including Sparking Zero, took a while to get the Daima DLCs out. You know, they were like, "Oh shit, we genuinely didn't know that was gonna happen." He's giving up Janemba's backstory. It's all Cell, truly. Oh, hey, we're back. Here we go again. I mean, if the games didn't know about Daima, well, that's pretty sad. I feel like they probably just kept the information to a minimum so nothing would leak. I get companies being secretive even with their own staff just to prevent leaks from coming out, you know? Dragon Ball is a huge company as well. So I would be honest, Dragon Ball probably would suffer leaks more than any other company. And I don't mean it would make the company fail, but Dragon Ball makes so much money that losing any percentage of that money is a lot. So they probably just keep things to a bare minimum, so nothing leaks. again, if we can have MCU movies leaked non-stop because the actors won't stop talking, you know? Like, didn't Hulk's actor like leak Infinity War? Like, I remember in an interview he made like a side comment about, you know, something happens in this movie about like how everyone gets like kind of messed up. To avoid being fruity, I'll just say the name King Yemma, and that's it, King Yemma. DLC info usually doesn't happen until after the festival is over. My prediction is either next month or September. We'll see a chapter 3 trailer. Yeah, most likely. Because I'm very sure Festival Universe is ending early for a reason. Because they could just drag this out to the normal amount of time and people would be completely fine with that. But it's ending early is probably because they want to introduce something else in those 3 weeks, maybe. Maybe a trailer, maybe an announcement, maybe anything. Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't even have to be for Xenoverse. It could be for a different game. Daima DLC is a fake DLC. No, not that Daima DLC stuff is fake. It's just that Dragon Ball likes to keep that stuff. Here's a good example. Because I can't stop talking about Wuthering Waves. Frolova got leaked like literally months before Cartefia got shown off by Jeff Keighley. And they, for lack of a better word, they just straight up deleted the guy who leaked Frolova. That guy got destroyed. He's probably already a pile of bones. Right? Yeah, it's China. They eat you alive for leaking stuff. In China, if they catch you leaking it, they eat you alive. Because if I recall, leaks for these things are about the exact same as like it goes under some charge about something adjacent to spying on the country, which is ridiculous. But hey, such a heavy charge would encourage people to leak less. But yeah, Frolova got leaked way before Cartefia even got shown off by Jeff Keighley. And there was only once, and that guy got erased from existence. I think Lupo also got leaked really early too. And Cartefia didn't get leaked at all because they didn't want to lose any amount of money they would have made on a character that hype. So yeah. Technically, the bigger the company, the more worried they should be about leaks because they make more money. So the leaks taking away even 1% of the earnings is like several tens of millions or hundreds of millions, right? Like if it's like, oh, there's a new leaked thing in like fucking Risk of Rain 2. Like I'm not trying to be a dick to Risk of Rain 2, but like that's not gonna hurt them that much. Yeah, that's a great example. Prelefsy just said it. If a character like Capitano in Genshin Impact got leaked, no other banner is selling until Capitano's. All of those other banners are just going to fail until Capitano's because people are just going to wait for him to be playable. Because sometimes the character can actually be so captivating and interesting that people will not spend... Like, okay, normally people would spend their money on every banner. And then when the hype character comes out, they will still spend money for him. Now they're just going to save, which means they're actually spending less money. They're dipping into the store section of the game less because they're not going, oh crap, let me buy this character and this character and this character. Oh, I'm so close to the pity. Let me just spend a few more dollars. Oh, this. Oh shit, now Capitano's coming out. I didn't even know that. Well, let me spend more money just to get him. You know, stuff like that. But if they know the character's coming out, they'll just go, nah, I'm going to save. You know? So, yeah. Gacha games have people waiting for banners if they know months beforehand something they want, they'll grind and wait for it. Yeah, exactly. And the company actually does benefit more from you being a savage animal who's just trying to pull every character rather than saving for your one favorite. Because most time when people are saving, they're not spending. They're actually going FTP and just like taking all the stuff from the in-game events. So your dedication to this game, I commend you. Hey, Xenoverse 2 is my baby. Hell, it is my honey. It is my ragtime gal. Okay. Me saving all my stones to waste on AGL Gogeta after we got teased. Gogeta. Would Gogeta be a female version of Gogeta? That name I just flopped that name out of my mouth. I wish Genshin would give the MC different outfits depending on the region. I think Afa should actually have different drip based on the region. You could say it takes away from his iconography because he'd be swapping outfits. That'd be like if Spider-Man swaps outfits every comic arc. I'm pretty sure he does. I'm pretty sure he gets a different iteration of his outfit like every major like story, but you know what I mean. it would probably hurt Aether's iconography a bit, but there's no way this dude is walking around in his crop top with his belly button showing every arc, right? In that line, sure, fine. We're gonna move to the frosty, cold-ass Nod Cry, and then maybe Shinez Naya after that. Is he still gonna be wearing a crop top? I get that he has pyro now, but come on, dude. Come on, dude. Speaking with dedication to Xenoverse, I'm working on a video essay called Xenoverse Changed My Life. It'll talk a lot. Oh, and it'll talk a lot about when I become a Dragon Ball fan, when Kai was airing on Nicktoons. God damn. I didn't even consider that people could be fans of Dragon Ball from DBZ Kai. Maybe it's because I'm like I was about to say jaded old man. I'm not that old. But maybe it's because I'm like older. I assumed everyone already watched DBZ and Kai is just DBZ fans rewatching it because they would just want to see how it looks. I had not considered that people could be fans from Kai. I'm just too stupid. My worldview is too small. You've broadened my worldview. How about that? I didn't even consider that people could have became fans from Kai from seeing it for the first time. Nicktoons Kai hit different? Oh, I had no idea. I've never asked you guys. I genuinely didn't know that. I'd like to see the video of the story of you becoming a Dragon Ball fan, Coffee. That is pretty cool. I guarantee Aether smells like a burnt and soggy slime at the same time. I mean, he fights a lot, so probably. He probably just smells like raw sweat. Characters like him, maybe not Rover because he's an aura farmer, so he never sweats. But characters like Aether probably like smell like sweat 90% of the time. I remember when Kai was gonna have TFS cast, but apparently the company didn't want it. I remember hearing that too for the scene where no, didn't they get the TFS cast actually for the scene where they do a fake? You know when the Cell Saga gets, or not the Cell Saga, but the Cell games get retold by Hercule in the World Tournament? Isn't that the Team 4-star cast, or is that like an edited clip? Is that fake? I could have sworn that was actually real. The scene in the Buu Saga tournament recap. Yeah, I was fumbling my words so hard. I didn't even know what to do. Nicktoons, I found out about DBZ. Oh, wow. When the first time Super Saiyan episode hit Nicktoons, that Wednesday night was generational. I was freaking out. Damn, I didn't even know. I had no idea it could have an effect on newer fans too. Remember them not censoring the DBZ movies on Nicktoons? So it was funny because Kai is censored to all hell. Ah, okay. So Kai obviously... Oh, yeah, because... In Kai, Frieza gets hit in a gun. Instead of spitting out blood, it's like spit, right? But the movies are just like, hey, look at all this blood. That is actually funny. That was the scene, if I recall. Oh, okay, I see. I see. No, in Kai, it was blood. Okay. A huge reason like GT over Super is because I watched it on Nicktoons with no online fan bases. I watched that shit raw back to back. Oh, that's fair. Dude, who do you believe is the strongest Gacha MC? Extra rounds, they are given their most trusted ally. The strongest Gacha MC is probably not Rover or Aether or Trailblazer. It's probably someone from a really niche Gacha. Just like how the strongest actual shonen character is not Goku or Tatsuya Shiba or Saitama. It's not any of those characters. It's probably someone from something really niche. If it's like the strongest mainstream guy, it's probably a tie between... I want to say a tie, I'm not sure. It's probably between Trailblazer and Rover. I'm not sure. And their strongest ally? Or is it their most trusted ally? What was it? Trusted ally. Well, in Trailblazer's case, it'd be like Dan Hung, right? And in Rover's case, it'd be Shorekeeper. Shorekeeper's kind of busted. So, yeah, Shorekeeper's crazy OP. So, I don't know. I'm going to say it's a tie between Rover and Trailblazer because they both have their different feats. Yeah, no, I would say Abby's part of Rover's kit, though. I think that's more fair to say Abby's a part of Rover's kit rather than his most trusted ally. Speaking of Hercules, did I ever tell you about my OC Vondor, who is the son of Majin Buu? He was created through magic and was made in memory of Hercules due to how much Buu missed him after he passed. That is actually very sweet. That is incredibly sweet. God damn, that's actually really cool. That's actually really nice lore. Man, that's good. Why do you tell me that, Xenocoff? You made my heart beat, man. I was very fine with my heart being still and cold, like a dead machine, and feeling no emotion. And then you said that. That's actually really sweet. Goku and Vegeta fusing into Gogeta and Dokkan negative diffs. Okay, that's true. If we're talking about Gacha MCs, oh shit, Shallot from Dragon Ball Legends. Never mind. I am very sure, because even if you want to say Goku loses to like Rover or Trailblazer, that's like, okay, I don't think Goku loses to Trailblazer. But he could lose to Rover. I don't think he could lose to Trailblazer. But Shallot doesn't, because Shallot's actually cracked. Not only does Shallot scale higher than the regular strength of the Dragon Ball Z and DBS characters, like Super Saiyan 3 Shallot is so much stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the Buu Saga. It's ridiculous. Let alone how crazy Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue Shallot are. Oh my god, I didn't think of it. No, Shallot is the strongest Gacha MC. Or at least of the popular Gachas, he has to be the strongest Gacha MC. And his most trusted ally would be fucking Goku. Right? It would either be Goku or the one guy with the swords that follow Shallot around. But isn't that guy the antagonist now? No, Giblet. It's either Giblet or Goku. Either way, Shallot gets a free fusion or fucking Goku on his team. So that's broken. That's broken either way. I didn't even think about that. Like, I know GT has flaws, but so personal to me, I can't help it. That's fair. If something is more near and dear to you, the flaws usually like matter less, or you can excuse them more, or you might not see them as much. Is a good example. There's a lot of stuff I like that I'm really defensive of, even if I know it has its like issues. Like Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul is so hard for me to recommend because even though I can't shut up about it, it's not like the best thing ever. Its flaws stick out more to me because I love it so much. So, yeah. Is the Proxy most trusted ally Yijuan, Miyabi, or the Cunning Hairs? Definitely the Cunning Hairs. What if Shallot was in Genshin? I think Shallot would actually solo the verse right away. If you put Shallot in Mondstadt and he wakes up on the beach and saves Paimon, he'd be like, I don't know what you are, tiny creature thing, but I saved you from drowning, and that's cool. And they would meet Amber, and would be like, I don't know who you guys are, but blah, 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 blah. Let's go to Mondstadt. And he'd go, it's right there. And he'd fly over to Mondstadt. Gino would be like, I don't know how you can fly. That's pretty interesting. No, he would probably see Dvalin and go, hey, what's up with that dragon event? He's like, no, you ruined it. And he'd go, oh, hold up. He'd fly, grab Dvalin by the neck and bring him back. And he'd be like, were you going to eat this guy? Or, and he's like, no, just hold him. And he does the thing. He completes it this time. They end the whole arc early. He goes to Mondstadt, introduces Shallot to everyone, and Shallot's like, that's pretty chill. I'm trying to go back to my world. How do I do that? Oh, I don't know about that. That's kind of, I don't know anything about your worlds. But hey, let's, I could point you towards Leeway. Maybe Rex Lapis would know a bit more. And he's that. I don't know who Rex Lapis is, but sure. So Yura tries to sneak up on Venti. She's like, yeah, now's the perfect time. She sneaks up on Venti, and Shallot literally just hits her with the Gogeta elbow. Boom! One taps her. She dies right then and there. Raiden doesn't even get the chance. She's still unplayable. And Shallot's like, I don't know what that was about, but let's go to Leeway. And Venti keeps his Gnosis. He keeps his Gnosis, doesn't lose it. And guess what? Now lasting Yura, she can't make the deal with Rex Lapis to take his Gnosis either. So Shallot's already saved 2 Gnosises, and he hasn't even stepped foot in Leeway yet. He has not touched Leeway yet. Scaramouche is gonna hear Yura got one tapped by some dude, and he's gonna go, fuck that, I'm not fighting that guy. Shallot is Sino. I know Kagi voices both Sino in Genshin Impact and Shallot from Dragon Ball Legends. I'm so glad that Kagi is like, is it fair to say he's a big time voice actor now? Maybe big time in like Gacha games, but maybe not in like mainstream anime or anything. Yeah, I don't think he's Bryce Papenbrook levels of clouded yet. Where Bryce Papenbrook is Kirito, by the way. Maybe he's not that clouded yet. But I'm very glad Kagi's like, to me, he's a big time voice actor. How about that? If Shallot and Rover can both obtain virtually any move through various means, does that mean they can teach each other their respective moves? Yes, that's actually true. Imagine Rover teaches Shallot like how to apply havoc or error to things, and Shallot goes, I'm borrowing your move. Shallot's like, I got this thing called Kamehameha. I don't know if you can use it. And Rover's like, oh, you just bend the frequencies in a way where you make an energy orb? Yeah, I guess it. They could actually teach each other. Bro, Havoc Kamehameha would be actually broken as fuck. That'd be the strongest Kamehameha in all of Dragon Ball. If Rover and Aether swapped games, no, yeah, I don't think I need to mention that. Aether would, I mean, Aether, if he had the movement of a Wuwa character, maybe, but if he still keeps the Genshin movement, he gets like murdered by like the first few enemies. I'm so sorry. He would lose the Crownless. in the first fight, right? I don't know if Aether could... Nah, let me not say that. Maybe he could beat that. But Crownless was like a hard fight even for Wooer characters. I'm not sure how Aether would beat that. Genshin X Dragon Ball Legends. I don't think they'll ever collab ever. Maybe Dragon Ball would collab with Genshin, but not Dragon Ball Legends. No, if they're gonna collab, they would collab one of their gachas, right? Like, that makes more sense. Nah, I'm being stupid. I could see Dragon Ball Legends collabing with Genshin, but MiHoYo barely does collabs. Like, we still don't even know what Zenless Zone's collab is gonna be, and that game is over a year old. Keep in mind, Cyberpunk Edge Runners for Wuthering Waves before it even hit the first year anniversary. But we don't even know what Zenless Zone's collab is still. What would be the dynamic between all the gacha MCs? Well, if it's the main ones, I imagine it would be really wholesome. It would be really wholesome. I know the communities like to fight, but all the main characters are actually good people. They would not be fighting each other. They would be really chill. I could 100% see Aether and Rover like showing each other moves. And Rover being kind of astounded that Aether just manipulates elements, and Aether being astounded that Rover manipulates like frequencies and sounds and shit. Because Rover would be like, wait, you just shoot fire straight up? Isn't that like magic? And Aether's like, no, it's elemental energy. And he's like, that's magic. I don't know what... Elemental energy is like a forest fire, not you shooting fire from your hands. You know, they would be chill. Trailblazer would be like the stupid one of the friend group, but everyone would fuck with him. They would fuck with him heavy. He'd be the dumb, but like the stupid motherfucker who you always hang out with. 100%. Bell and Wise, low-key, they would just be like speaking through headsets the whole time. They're not going out there for real. They're not actually trying to go out there. ZZZX High School DxD, please don't fucking say that. I would never want that reality to be real. Because not only would that, I think that would be kind of a cheeks collab for Zenless Zone, but it would make people just call Zenless Zone a Guna game anymore. I won't lie. I don't like it when I say it's a Wuthering Waves either, but I'm glad that Zenless Zone isn't getting called a Guna game anymore. Because the MiHoYo fans that were hating on Zenless Zone are now hating on Wuthering Waves. I prefer only one of them gets called a Guna game than both of them. So. I'm gonna DM you Von Door's design steed. You'd be pretty shocked to know that he might end up pretty difficult to make a Xenoverse with the exact right assets being mixed together. I imagine. But you can send me, yeah, you can send me the design in the DMs.
Better than that.
I'd like to see it. What's more likely, Xenoverse 3 or DLC pack 777? Maybe. Who knows? It's actually a who knows case. Who knows? Alejandro Sab, Kagi Films, aka Kagmaster, or whatever heck you want to call me. Kagi Films 2019. Luminate A for Dokkan units, that might actually go hard. There's going to be a ZZZ collab? No, there's no confirmed ZZZ collab, but if MiHoYo could get a fucking fake collab, they can get a collab for anything else. I mean, yes, the fake collab was shit, but if they can even get that to begin with, they can get a collab for anything else. A good example is Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter gets a fucking Witcher free collab. If you can get that collab, you can get anything else. When you get those high-octane, praised by everything companies collabing with you, you can get anything else. No, but yeah, if the Gacha MCs were actually hanging out, I think it'd be chill as hell. They would not be fighting. I can even see Aether training from Rover, because Aether always likes picking up moves. But he doesn't like picking moves. I think I'm picking Skirk's story too much. But Rover wouldn't be against training Aether. Rover's a nice guy. Aether's a nice guy. Aether would want to learn new things. Rover would like to teach new things. They would bounce off of each other quite well. And then Paimon and Abby can just eat food all day and talk about random shit. DMC collabed with Shin Megami Tensei and Mega Man Gacha games. DMC also collabed with Punishing Grey Raven, so yeah. Bro, Wuthering Waves could totally do a Monster Hunter collab. They've already collabed with Capcom once. Oh, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. You know, MH. Think about it. It was how Dead by Daylight getting Michael Myers confirmed they can get anyone. Yeah, basically. Man, that's so insane. Dead by Daylight has an actually crazy lineup. I know it's just horror game characters, or no, horror series characters, some people. But the amount of horror characters and the different series. Bro, imagine a game where Xenomorph and Chucky are both playable. Like, what the fuck? Think about that. Chucky with his small ass size That would be unironically like if you could play as like Baby when he's like a small puddle of like Tuffle goo. And then the other playable character is actually wait, I was gonna say the other playable character is a Great Ape, but you actually can do that. You can do that in Breakers. That's actually crazy. ZCZ MHA would unironically be cool. It would.
Make sure to keep
That would actually
training.
be sick. My ideal Xenoverse Zone collab, unironically, if it was still popular, would be Ruby. I would not pick any other series over Ruby to collab with Xenoverse Zone. I think Xenoverse Zone fits into the same branch as Ruby when it comes to a lot of things, right? And I would love to see Ruby characters have good animation again, by the way. That too. I would love to see my ideal collab with Xenoverse Zone would be Ruby. I don't think I would. I would not pick any other series other than Ruby to collab with Xenoverse Zone. Saber Dokkan card, leader skill 220% to crossover units, stacks attack and defense on super, counters, damage reduction, guards, crits, and supports. Dude, they would make Saber cracked. I mean, they probably have to make Saber cracked because the FGO devs are going to go up to them and go, make Saber busted or we'll get #1 top grossing again. And they're like, yes, FGO. We didn't mean to offend you, honest. Ruby characters would look nice and easy. Yeah, they would. They would look so good. Like, the insane animations and the squash and stretch is kind of like what Ruby was emulating in its like earlier like series, right? Characters do squash and stretch. They would sometimes experiment with 2D stuff by having the characters become like animated. Animated as in like 2D animation rather than 3D. My ideal collab would be Ruby. I know Ruby has like a super bad rap and all that stuff, but I still would pick Ruby. The only reason why I don't think it would work now is because Ruby's popularity is driven by the fact that people don't like it now, rather than the fact that it just had really insane animation, even if the story was kind of bad before. Jackson, please add 3. Bruh, I would do a lot to get Ruby in Xenoverse Zone. Ruby characters use the animation would be cool. Exactly. Imagine Ruby doing a parry or like a chain attack with her big ass scythe in Xenoverse Zone. Bro, Ruby characters get that game so well, it's unreal. Like, Yang would just be like femme lighter, but maybe instead of like a stunner, she's like an attacker. Hell, Yang could be like a rupture character since she just does like, you know, insane damage. She could just like go through defense. It would make every character a different class, right? So Ruby is 100% attack. Weiss would be support. Blake would be anomaly. And then Yang would be either rupture or defense. But defense characters get a bad rap, so probably just rupture. Oh, she could be defense, but if her health is lower, she could have like mechanics where like her EX special attack depletes her health, and her ultimates deplete her health, and the lower health gets, the higher her damage gets. As like as a defense character, I think that would be hype. ZZX Garson of Ban. Never mind, fuck the Ruby collab. We need that one. Yang and ZZ jiggle physics. Oh god, bro, Justice League Yang with her jiggle physics would destroy the Xenoverse Zone community. That would hit the Xenoverse Zone. The Xenoverse Zone community, the goon in the Xenoverse Zone community is like punches. Justice League Yang with jiggle physics would be an actual atomic bomb. No one would survive that. Even the gooners who think they're ready for that, they wouldn't be ready for that. Along with Vondo's done, I sent you beta tests for my upcoming mods. Oh, okay. Let me check that now since I'm kind of just chilling. Goku, Primal Instinct, and Crimson Mask saying, oh, Mask. Oh, bro, Crimson's the goat. Primal Instinct. Ah, that's actually sick. That's actually sick. Yeah, Crimson's not even DLC in any of the games yet. That is shocking. I hope because he sadly has 1 new skill. I mean, it's good, just 1 new skill rips. Say that again. Oh my god, man. And that's Vondo, alright. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be there's one other guy who makes Xenoverse 2 mods, and he has a character that's kind of like heavy set too. He wears like green, he has like big hair and a beard, I think. I know I see his mods every now and then, but I don't know his name. Maybe he could help with that, I'm not sure. Or he might know someone who could help with that. Tired Chi, is that his name? Yeah, okay, that's the character. His character looks insane, by the way. Like, you would not think a heavier set character, or like a character like a belly or a gut would like, other than like Majin Buu himself, would like work, but he even makes like unique animations from it. I don't see them as much now, but I used to see them so much back in the day. They were all like really cool. He's a former Revamp team member. Oh man, Revamp is just hiring like the Justice League of like modders. He's just been doing art now. I see. What about Xenoverse Zone and Guilty Gear? Okay, let's be real. 100% if they do that collab, Saw Bad Guy, Bridget, and Kai, maybe. Or maybe just Saw Bad Guy and Bridget. No, it would just be Saw Bad Guy and Bridget. Yeah. Oh, okay. Saw Bad Guy, Bridget, and Bicon. There you go. Because they need, I just realized they need a character that can take advantage of the jiggle physics. It would have to be Bicon. Saw Bad Guy to be the free character. Bicon and Bridget would both have their own banners. Or if it's like Honkai Star Rail, they might just have their own banners that like stay around for like months. Which shonen MCs would have the hardest and easiest time if they were the MC of Genshin Impact in terms of their personality? Well, the easiest time would obviously be like insert Goku here. The hardest time, because Genshin doesn't actually have like bad, like it's not a low tier on power scaling. Sumeru characters can dodge lightning. From like an Archon power level character, so it might be even faster than regular lightning. Okay, it's not slow lightning. It's probably minimum regular lightning speed. So they're not slow. Maybe like Kagurabachi would be like good for like a Genshin power scale. He can also manipulate elements too, so he wouldn't be a bad pick. Because Kagurabachi like starts with like lightning speed. Well, not starts, but like really early on they're like lightning speed. So maybe I'm gonna say Kagurabachi for now. I'm not sure who else would fit. I said Kagura. His name is Chihiro. I've been calling him a Kagura. I'm actually a fraud. Actually a fake fan. Just shoot me now. I'm not even a real fan. I've been calling him Kagurabachi, bro. The chapter 1 memes are still in my head. I haven't got them out yet. Star Rail and Gurren Lagann. Oh, that sounds fire until you see what they did with the fake collab. That sounds fire as hell until you see what they did with the fake. Okay, it would do the character Gurren Lagann justice. Simone would probably be free. Who would be paid? Probably Lord Genome? Lord Genome would be paid. And Simone would be free. Oh no, but Tengen Toppa is just more popular. Okay, maybe the free character is like Simone when he's a kid, and the paid one is adult Simone or something instead. I don't know. Oh, Kamina could be free. Yeah. There you go. Hello ZZZ. Go talk to Yoko Taro. Dude, if they collab with with Nia, they'll never beat the Goon Allegations ever again. The Goon Allegations will never be beat. Bro. Genshin fans would have to finally leave Wuthering Waves alone. They can't call it the Goon game because they would just have to look at their cousin playing with 2B in the corner. Bro, do you think Weiss could pull 2B? You don't mind if I call you Tubes, do you? And Belle's like, Weiss, her name's not Tubes. And then she's like, you can call me anything you want. Any name matters. It doesn't really matter. And then that's how you know Weiss is already in there. He's one door in. Will he get past the second door? Find out in the next episode of Zenless Zone Z. If they put Toga in a Gacha, you know she's getting a skill that dodges everything. She'll probably get a lifesteal skill. She'll probably get lifesteals, but maybe not dodge everything, but 100% lifesteal maybe. I know why you said dodge everything, but he pulled bootleg 2B of Trigger. Technically, yeah. Hey, wait, hold on. Trigger is not a bootleg 2B, but I know what you mean. I want to bang, bro. A 2B bang boot would actually be top tier. I want it to have like, 2B. I want it to have like a skirt that's like way too short, so you could see like the bang boot's like metallic, like chassis ass. The bang boot could have like, it could even have, no, if 2B was a character, could you imagine if you just look up her skirt, she does the same thing when she kicks the camera? Fire. That would actually be a 10 out of 10 collab. Actually, you know what? Maybe a 2B or a Nia collab would actually be the best bet for Zenless Zone. Because 2B's been collabing with a lot of heavily sexual games recently. Nikkei. They did one with First Descendant very recently. You know, the Goon Frame game. Well, Warframe's already a Goon Frame game, but you know what I mean. Unironically, Warframe fans actually goon more than First Descendant fans. But Warframe fans are all like xenosexual. So it doesn't show because it's xenosexual. Warframe fans, when they see an alien, they just go, oh. Like, Warframe fans are animals, dude. You have any tips to level up? TP medals, and then, yeah, there you go. Will I ever do a mod showcase? I'm trying to chill the mods because I feel like I've been pissing people off with my mod videos. You know, the Dragon Ball community is in a state of famish right now. They're hungry. A state of famine. They're hungry right now. So obviously going, look at this cool thing. They just, you know, rightfully assume it's real and go, oh, it's not. Fuck you. And it's like, I can't even be mad at them being mad. I can't even be upset at them being mad, you know. I mean, I would obviously say read the title, but not everyone reads the title. I can't blame them. Sometimes the title's even cut off. Can't blame them for that either. So, yeah. I'm trying to chill on mod showcase. I'm not, you know, it's not my main objective to piss people off. Can Wise pull 2B? It's like asking can Sherlock Holmes pull GLaDOS. Wise might be able to do it. Could you? Oh, bro. That would be, oh my god, I didn't even think about that. That would actually be a sick collab. The question is MiHoYo willing to work with Toyotaro? Toyotaro is willing to say yes to anything. But is MiHoYo willing to extend that arm? Because the only collabs MiHoYo have actually done? What is a whole history of their collabs? Food companies, clothing companies, Horizon, and Fate. But the only reason they collabed with Horizon was because Genshin Impact had the PlayStation launch as well. Like, it launched on PlayStation the same time it launched on mobile and PC, right? And Fate is just because Fate is too big to say no to. Also, very cool. Doesn't the Fate guy actually like Honkai Star Rail? So, I think MiHoYo is willing to straight up just not collab unless if they get like something out of it, whether it be launching on, you know, a whole new console or collabing with the other super big gacha game that always goes in the top ratings as well. I'm going to announce it. Are you ready? MiHoYo's next collab, Kuro Games. And the moment that happens, the gacha tribalism would have no choice but to die. Because MiHoYo loyalists would never badmouth MiHoYo. Genshin Impact fans are okay with getting the worst shit ever, and they will never badmouth MiHoYo, which means they could not badmouth a Kuro Games collab. And Wuthering Waves fans would be completely A-okay. I mean, not in Genshin, but they would be completely A-okay with seeing their favorite characters in a turn-based game with insane animations to their skills and ultimate attacks, or in Zenless Zone, just to hang out with those other characters and see their action in a different way. I 100% think that collab would be entirely good for the community. Now, they would never actually do it because they're both competition. Fate isn't actually competition with Genshin because Fate's too popular. It's far too popular. In my opinion, I think anytime Genshin gets over Fate, that's good, don't get me wrong, but let's be real, that's kind of luck. Fate is so eternally relevant, it can never fall off. It literally can never fall off. Horizon Plant was an industry collab. Yeah, it was an industry plant collab. FG will keep growing no matter what. It will, yeah. Fate's just too popular. They can literally just go up to Ufotable and slap them with like a $1 million like check, and Ufotable will go, yes, another animation coming your way, sir. Thank you. Wait, wasn't Genshin? Wait, when is Genshin Impact anime gonna come out? My voice? Oh, the mic. Is this mic dying? MLG Anime Gamer says real voice. Wait, is it fixed? Okay. This is a chain smoker voice. That's tragic. He's an alien, confirmed. Where is Steed, you monster? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would make any collab big. Oh yeah, he would. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would be a hype collab in anything. Well, I mean, it's like 5:30. Maybe I should end the stream now. It would give me a chance to eat because I didn't even eat that long ago. Maybe I'm just a fat fuck. Well, let's see. When did we eat? We had pizza how many hours ago? I don't even know. Wow. I don't even know. Okay. Fat mindset. I'm just like Queso, for real, for real. Me and him, we go way back. Legit sounded like you were in Tomodachi Life. I see. Let Genshin collab with Persona 5. That's evil, because we already, yeah, so you can officially die. That's evil because we know what that's an insinuation. That's a very heavy insinuation. King of Villains says, can we please fight before the stream ends? I mean, it depends on how much of a nightmare the fight is to set up, because Xenoverse, doing 1v1s to Xenoverse is such a hassle. That's why I always do 3v3s. You can't even get full lobbies when you do 3v3s, let alone 1v1s. Waves X JoJo. What would I would have liked Jujutsu Kaisen to collab the most with Wuthering Waves, because not only do I think the popularity would remain basically forever, because JJK as a manga still gets redrawn memes all the time. The memes from it still get brought up all the time. It's super successful and it was only running for 6 years. The anime isn't even done. That would have been a feast. Not only is it two things I like, but it would have been such a huge feast for Wuthering Waves. Now, obviously, the company doesn't get to pick what they collab with, right? Well, I mean, they do, but they can't choose if their partner also agrees. Otherwise, you would just always pick Dragon Ball and make $1 zillion, you know? Or Pokemon. Dragon Ball, Pokemon, some Disney shit. And make $1 zillion all the time. But Wu and JJK as a collab, I've actually thought would work really well. Because they could just do Yuji as a free character, and then Gojo or Sukuna, or Gojo and Sukuna as limited characters. Because Yuji is Yuji. He's lovable, you know? Gojo is Gojo. He will sell millions on his own. He would sell so much on his own. And Sukuna is Sukuna. Obviously he's less lovable than Gojo. Let's be real. You can still think Sukuna's the GOAT and agree that Gojo just is more popular and has more fans. He's super popular as well, and his moveset would be insane. Also, I would really like to see fan art of Onko and Sukuna together. Because Onko also slashes around the place, and then when she uses her ultimate, it changes from dismantle to cleave. Sukuna and Onko would have literally the best relationship on screen. And she has a fire ability. Sukuna and Onko would be such good like feel for a collab. That could carry the collab on its own. Sukuna could have a bit where he talks about how people always judge him based on his appearance, and Onko could be like, yeah, but you look cool. And he's like, I look cool? I'm the king of curses. People hear my name and they run in terror. And Onko's like, I'm the woolly warrior. People hear my name and their hearts are filled with joy and hope. Maybe if we hang out together, people will like you too. And Sukuna's like, that's a stupid idea, kid. Throw those ideals in a bin, and she would just follow him around. And that would be so cool. They would get along so well. Let me see fan art of Sukuna and Onko both just dicking around and eating ice cream and throwing slashes and having fun. Gojo's Rectify would look cool as hell. Oh, that's true. Gojo would have a sick looking Rectify. I didn't even think about that. Oh my god. Could you imagine his Rectify as just a red and blue orb like rotating around each other? Oh, dude. I didn't even think about that. Yuji gets gauntlets. We already know what those are. I don't even have to mention what the gauntlets are. Yuji gets gauntlets. Sukuna would probably get a broadsword, right? Because he can just use it in one of his arms when he's like Heian era. When he's in Heian era, he could just hold it in one of his arms. Or, oh, he could get like a sword, yeah, because he holds Kamutoke. Yeah, he holds, okay, so Sukuna could be sword or broadsword. Gojo would be Rectifier, and Yuji would be like gauntlets. What Wuwa character would like Yuji the most? Probably Encore as well. Encore... what's his name? Yuan Wu? The guy with the hat? The old man with the hat. He'd probably like Yuji a lot because he's all about like gym, physical exercise. And seeing a physical beast like Yuji would probably make him go, goodness gracious. That guy. Let me think. Which Rinneseton character would like Yuji the most? Brant? Brant would probably be taken away by Yuji's, like, excitable self. Which Rinneseton? I'm thinking Brant would probably like him the most. If not Brant, then Encore or Yuan Wu. Scar? Would Scott like Yuji? He'd probably like Sukuna more. Oh my god. Yeah, Sukuna would probably actually try to kill Onko for real, and she would think of it as a game. And that's how they get along. Onko's ability is broken as hell, dude. Onko's ability is literally just imagination, and it's only capped by her being a kid. I mean, if she was an adult, maybe she would lose her imagination, right? Because she'd be more realistic. But as a kid, her ability is pretty crazy already. Endeavor versus Jogo? Well, My Hero characters kind of struggle with taking their own heat. Meanwhile, Jogo can flood cities, and he's unaffected by it at all. Like, he can flood cities with raw lava. Like, this isn't like a slow pyroclastic flow. This is like, boop. It's like pouring water into a cup. It just fills instantly, like right away. Yeah, end of series Sukuna would be really good for a collapse because he'd be nice, but still be like Sukuna, you know? Ultra Supervillain Beerus? I think I'd rather turn to stone than see Ultra Supervillain Beerus. King of Villains that I added you? But does that still work for versus? I'm pretty sure that doesn't actually work, right? I don't. All right, let me see my notifications because I don't know if that actually works or does anything. I would not know which one you are. But Sukuna's flame killed Jogo, so you just need flame strong enough to kill Jogo. Fuga is fucked up, bro. That's the issue. Fuga is super fucked up. Like, it does multiple types of damage. It does, like, insane amounts of kinetic energy. It does broken amounts of gust energy output. It takes away oxygen from the vicinity as well, so even if you tanked it, you wouldn't fucking breathe. Or it would take the oxygen out of your cells because it dries you out. Yeah. So it takes, like, an absurd heat. Like, Fuga one-shots Maharaga after Maharaga's adapted to Sukuna's strength. Like, it's scaling to Sukuna's strength and it still gets one-shot. So Fuga's just a fucked up, unfair move. Like, Gojo would get one-shot by Fuga. They straight up said that in the fight. Like, Gojo would also get hit by Fuga if it wasn't for the fact that, Sukuna had to keep, what is it? I can't even remember. But Gojo would also get hit by Fuga if it wasn't for, the rules of, Sukuna's domain. Cosmic Garu for Wuwa. I think I would actually throw up my entire, like, internal system. Don't give me one Bomberman for Wuwa. That would piss me off. Unlimited Void. Yeah, Unlimited Void wouldn't work on Dre. Yeah. JJK versus MHA Death Battle. I'd love to see All For One versus Sukuna. I imagine All For One gets murdered super hard, but Death Battle have been letting MHA characters feast in their recent death battles. So, but I think Sukuna beats the brakes off of All For One so easy. Can Jogo use Fuga? No, Fuga is... It's not a regular fire manipulation ability. It's part of a curse technique. So, even if you used a fireball exactly like Fuga, like you shaped it to look exactly like Fuga, it wouldn't have the same effect. Because the make of Fuga is just different. I don't know, you know how the sun isn't really fire? It's like plasma and a bunch of other weird shit, where it looks like fire? That's kind of like what Fuga is, where it looks like fire, but it's something else. So yeah. Xenoblade 2 X Genshin could happen. That would be cool, but I'm very sure Genshin fans would hate Xenoblade. Well, real Genshin fans wouldn't, but Twitter Genshin fans would not shut the fuck up about my friend Pyra. When I'm talking about Sukuna versus All For One, I'm also including Rewind. Yeah, no, you should. You should include All For One at the peak of his abilities. Rewind would because All For One doesn't actually have regen, right? So he would need Rewinds because Sukuna does not spare anything in his fights. Is there anyone who fights Sukuna that doesn't get painted with slashes at one point? Like, and remember, Sukuna goes for eyes a lot during fights. So if you can't regen, you just lose. Like, yeah, he throws it. Obviously, he aims slashes, but he's always aiming for like eyes, mouths, and shit. He can easily like he can cut a tendon or a vein and just let you die of blood loss. He can slice out your eyes and just watch your directionless self try. You'll look like Elia in Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. He really could do the worst to you, but he usually just goes straight for the kill. Xenoblade 2 fans are too busy thinking about harem NCR. Oh my god, they would. I wouldn't call Sukuna versus All For One a close fight, but that's because my brain is so different that I have no idea how you actually scale my hero characters on speed. Because if you say, okay, is All For One slower than Mark 1 because Gear Shift surprised him, and Gear Shift was only Mark 1 when it shocked him? Well, no, because they shot lasers at one point, and Shigaraki reacted to those lasers, so everyone is light speed. Because then you could say Sukuna reacted to like an electromagnetic, wherever the fuck Kashima's attack is, and he's also light speed, so now they're just the same speed. And it just comes down to the pure, it comes down to their skills. How many quirks is All For One even? He has a lot, but like, dude, fucking, Shrine is such a busted CT. It's not a broken curse technique. Realistically, it's not. It's just that Sukuna is a great sorcerer. Because he can, I mean, at least in the anime version, he can make it come from directions that aren't even from his body, right? When he does that one special slash where he goes like that to Maharaga, it's coming from behind him, and from the left, and from the right, and from behind Maharaga. It hits Maharaga from every angle. Kind of like, do you guys remember Conference Core in Borderlands 2? That shotgun that if you shot it, bullets would form around the enemy and hit them from every direction. It's literally just Conference Core. If he can canonically use it like that, or if they keep showing him use it like that in the anime. Oh yeah, no, he does that in manga too. Never mind, I forgot. He literally does the exact same attack. Yeah. It's genuinely one of his few like kind of undodgeable attacks. Is Pucci just JoJo's Batman in a sense? With prep time, he wins the fight. Now Pucci's just mad lucky. Because bro, how the fuck did he? Oh, actually, you hitting me put me in just the right point for it. Dude! Give me that luck when I'm summoning for my favorite Gacha game character. What the hell? Give me that luck when I'm playing for the lottery, bro. What the fuck do you mean? Oh, this is actually the perfect location to get made in heaven. Oh, you were 2 steps too late, Jotaro Kujo. Bullshit, man. Dude actually has protagonist luck. I'm not gonna say plot armor because he gets smoked, but he does have protagonist luck. Aside from Sukuna's domain, All For One's quirks are much bigger scales. Yeah, but the scale of an attack's like damage matters less than how easy it is to avoid the attack. I don't know, you could have like Goku level attack potency, but if you're slower than a person or your ability's application is slower or just less versatile, you're never gonna land that damage. It's again why I say Sukuna is such an easy character to have fight other verses, because he really can just hit like a vein on your arm when you block an attack, and most of the work is done for him. Yeah, it's the same reason why I think I personally think Jogo beats Toji. I don't care what anyone says, because Toji speed blitz and he's stronger than Jogo because he beat Teen Gojo. Jogo can flood the city and Toji literally just dies then and there, because one thing requires infinitely more effort to land and the other needs to hit you like once and the fight's pretty much over. And it's really easy to land too. So, yeah. Jogo can flood the city with lava, but not hit Sukuna. And also, yeah, Sukuna's so, fast. Or he's so fast and so aware of his ability. He can make the slashes look like a shield around him. You know? Like, when Jogo floods the city of lava and he's just standing in the center of it in, like, a dome by himself, and lava beams are trying to hit him, and he dodges them and then turns them into nothing. That's like millions of slashes keeping back the lava. I mean, obviously that's anime wank scaling, but which series does not get anime wank scaling? Which series doesn't get anime wank scaling? Oh, no, yeah, no, in canon, there, Sukuna does vaporize people for slashes, but using it as like a shield when he's at 15 fingers and holding back is crazy. Yeah. Hello? Oh, are we still fighting King of Villains? My apologies. I totally forgot. All right, let's make this the last fight because I've been on a yap session about other stuff. Is it this? I don't know which one it is. Because if it's my friend request, those are like 4. So, Jutsu died because of his daughter, guys. Let that be a lesson. Don't have kids. Real. Vegito Brew. All right. Can I join you? I don't see the option for that. Jotaro and Dio no diff Goku and Saitama. All right. I want to hear the logic for this. Because the only way I accept a JoJo character no diffs Goku is if Goku's guard is so low that bullets and common lasers can go through him and the Star Platinum just stops time and punches through his body. Right? That's the only way Goku loses. When he's in those crazy kind of off guards where he gets one shot. That's like the only way, but like other than that, I think Goku could tank anything that happens in a time stop. Does novel cards beat Goku? I've literally never read novel cards because I've had no interest. I don't really have interest in hey, the guy can do everything. Like again, I've said this, I hate Gold Experience Requiem so much, it's so lazy. Last question on the stream, thanks so much for the $5 donation, Vez. Jesus. Thanks so much for that. He says, last question on the stream. Could which shonen MCs survive Shibuya? Which shonen MCs? Well, here's the major issue of Shibuya. The major issue is the MCs needs to have like their body gets taken over and has a dark power-up section, or they just have to fight Jogo and Maharaga. And Maharaga is unbeatable by a lot of verses that are around JJK's level. And then even if they beat Maharaga, how many of the shonen verses beat Mahito? Like literally none. A few, sure, but like literally none. Most verses that are around JJK's level do not have a character that can beat Mahito, which is the major issue with putting them in Shibuya. Like, I don't know, Hunter x Hunter, I don't know how high a Hunter x Hunter character scale, but even if you put Gon in Shibuya, he's not going to beat Mahito. I think he could do well in that arc, like very well. Hell, shit, he probably beats Choso, maybe. I don't know how strong Kid Gon is, though. So I can't say that. I don't know how strong Kid Gon actually is, like, fully. I feel like he would do better against Choso than Yuji does, though. Because at that point, Yuji is suffering from a mindset issue, and then he also feels bad about killing Choso's brothers. But Gon would be like, dude, you're the fucking enemy. And also, you want to kill me because your evil piece of shit brothers were trying to kill other people? Like, the hell? Yuji's the only kind of person who feel bad about killing other murderers. What happened if Majin Buu came in contact with a symbiote? I think Majin, unless if it's like the comic Venom, obviously, I think Majin Buu just eats symbiote like 100 times out of 100. If it's like one of the more chill symbiotes, like one of the more chill versions of Venom, it would just get eaten and be like, hey, it's pretty cozy in here. And Boo's like, what's that guy I hear in my head? And he like comes out with Boo's like arm and he's like, it's me, I'm in here too now. And Boo's like, okay, but you're not allowed to have any of my food. Because if I have to share with you, that's going to be a problem. And he's like, no problemo, dudes, just eat away. I think that would work, right? If it's one of the more chill Venoms, but if it's like one of the more evil Venoms, Boo would be like, oh, now I have to absorb you fully. See, the invited you? Oh, crap. I don't got my eyes on the prize. There we go. All right. We'll do this, then we'll end the stream. Only way to kill Mahito is to keep destroying it. Yeah. Either destroy him until he runs out of energy or damage your soul. But we've literally never seen any cursed spirit come slightly close to low energy in the whole series. Choso doesn't get to low energy. Rika doesn't get to low energy. Mahito only gets to low energy because Yuji does true damage. That's it. And even then, he doesn't run out of energy. He just runs out of regen, right? Because he can still do either transfiguration. He literally tries to do it to get it after. He didn't run out of energy. He just ran out of HP. Or did it? No, he must have run out of it. Yuji's true damage is just fucking weird because Sukuna could keep healing through Yuji's damage forever if it wasn't for the fact that it was soul damage. So Yuji's damage is just true damage. It doesn't matter if you have the ability to regen or not. It just keeps going. So yeah. Okay, let's see. I should have probably put like real moves on this preset. Now I have to use this one. What else? What else? Because the major issue with Mahito is that he's a trickster too. If you get to the point where you're like, okay, I just have to keep beating him until he runs out of energy, he's just gonna section off one of his body parts that grabs you by the foot and instantly one-taps you. And it's like, okay, GG. That was fun, you know? So that's like the major issue with Mahito. He's a trickster. Again, the only reason why he can't do sneaks like that to Yuji is because Yuji's obviously immune to idle transfiguration. Otherwise, he would definitely be like, oh, you're punching me in the face. I can't do anything about it. Then he would just stretch his arm and just touch you. Bro, I'm so disappointed we couldn't see Shigaraki use his decay the way Mahito. Because Shigaraki got the crux singularity. I thought when they gave him that, they were going to start doing like Mahito shit where he just has like arms like going all over the place and just trying to sneak people and do crazy shit. Like, I'm not saying he needs to split his body into like a million pieces or anything like Mahito does. Mahito unironically just pulls up a Muzan whenever he gets bored. And just goes, hey, I'm just going to use this to survive whatever killing move you were going to do. Oh, that has huge range. Okay. Super Saiyan Blue evolved, my beloved. Okay. What moves do I have? Ah! Okay. I've got do or die active. I don't know if they can... Hold on. Okay. Upkeeping their Super Soul makes me happy. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, this is super tankiness. Okay. Do or die Super Saiyan Blue with something deadly's about to happen. It's just so tanky. Okay. Woo! Okay, now it should be safe. Oh, no, it's not. Please, come on. Ah! I almost didn't have it in time. Okay. Wouldn't other shonen MCs get Nobara and Todo as allies? They would, but I don't think they live long enough for Todo to show up. And the issue of I think other MCs could probably do a better job than Yuji at saving Nobara 100%. Because Yuji was too locked in on the fact that Mahito was on low HP because he's got soul awareness. He can probably see Mahito's HP every time he touches him. Could you imagine if you hit someone in real life and you could see how much HP they had left? Wouldn't you keep going if you could see that they were nearly dead? Yuji was definitely too locked in on the fact that Mahito just lost their shit on the HP and was kind of still like in a weakened state. But other MCs might not know that. So when he goes for the Nobara sneak attack, it might do a better job saving Nobara because they're not so focused on just staring at Mahito. And also, if they have a weird ability, like keeping an enemy still for a few seconds, they could stop the real Mahito from touching Nobara. If I'm being real, though, Nobara's fucking stupid. I love Nobara, but she's actually just a bum. How do you not hit a Black Flash right then and there? She should have realistically hit a Black Flash when she got the first Mahito. You know when she hits him on the head and he thinks it's going to do no damage? That should have been... If that was a Black Flash, Mahito would have died. But when the real Mahito is... Wait, are we doing another fight? Oh, shit. Okay, I'll stay on my cack, I guess. When... I'm so stupid. When the real Mahito is going for Nobara, and just before he hits her, imagine if she just said, fuck that, and she just parried and hit a Black Flash. That would have been it. Oh yeah, Mahito's super weak compared to later JJK characters. He just has like the really broken curse technique. That curse technique is so dumb. I mean, to be fair, Infinity gives you a shield and then gives you 2 projectiles, red and blue, and then 3 if you have purple. And then you can manipulate space, gravity, etc. But either transfiguration is just so brainless, dude. Yeah, I guess to just be invincible and one-shot you. What a lazy ass curse technique, bro. That's a genetic lottery curse technique. Oh my god. Nobara bad, honestly, and not in the hot way, for real. I think it's said in JJK several times canonically, Nobara is considered not attractive. Even if you, the viewer, find her hot, in universe, she's considered not attractive enough. Or not, like, super attractive, right? Like, she's average. So even if you think Nobara's hot, if you saw some really good Nobara Rule 34, not that you would, especially if you're in the UK. If you saw some really good Nobara Rule 34 and you're like, man, she's hot. Nope, that's wrong. That's not an accurate depiction of her. Sorry, bum. You know? Ooh. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna use this chance to actually take advantage of my Super Saiyan Blue. Oh. Maybe I should take advantage of... That's it for me. That's it for me. I got messed up by the camera. GG. If you know your soul, you can beat Mahito. Okay, how many people know their soul? Because even characters like Nanami, who can block their soul, can't do damage to Mahito. So knowing your soul isn't enough. It's definitely a certain level of awareness. Because Nanami can be aware enough to guard his soul, and he still can't do shit. Who else can guard their soul? Not Todo. Maybe Todo. In Mahito made a comment. No, I mean, either transfiguration scales to how good Mahito's feeling, or how strong he is, I guess, right? Because he, at one point... I totally forgot. At one point... Oh, yes, okay, after he beats Nobara... He makes a comment about how he feels like he could even one-shot Todo with either transfiguration. Meaning he's aware that Mahito's, again, his curse technique is fucking broken. He can look at people and literally see health bars. And he can see how high their defense is. And if they would actually get one-tapped by idle transfiguration. So, doing that to Nobara and landing the Black Flash on Yuji made him so buffed that he feels like he could one-shot Todo. And he's not wrong, because he almost does. So even if you had soul awareness, it would have to be higher as Mahito's gets higher. Which is hard to do because you're stressing about being one-tapped. Yeah, I mean, you can guard your soul with cursed energy, but I imagine you could guard your soul with any energy, realistically, maybe. I want to... Okay, it depends, but I imagine... So long as cursed energy just doesn't go straight through it, right? Any energy should count. So if Goku could guard the soul of Ki, realistically, he should also be able to... Then again, idle transfiguration might not work because he's not a human, but he's a humanoid. So it depends on the rules of how that works overall. We never see Mahito use it on an animal, but he turns into animals and shit. So maybe it's kind of... Maybe it works. I don't fucking know. Either transfiguration on someone like Yuta could get rid of the sorcerer elders before Gojo gets the plan to get rid of them. Yep. Ichigo... Oh no, yeah, Ichigo could easily handle Shibuya. It's what... The shit is literally called Soul Reaper, right? Dude, if they weren't aware of the soul, then none of us are human beings. If they weren't aware of the soul, then none of us are human beings. Let's see. When I first saw Klee's dad, I thought that was Aether. I was like, what the fuck? Wait, did they show Klee's dad, or are you... Did they actually show Klee's dad? I have to look for that another time. That is crazy. What if someone finds all women hot like Nobara? Well, then you'd be Denji. And I'm not saying anything mean, but you don't want to be Denji, trust me. Denji in Shibuya would be wild. It would be. I say it'd be wild, but I don't... Would Denji even get past the guy who inverts damage? I mean, if he teamed with Megumi, he might. If he teamed with Aki, I don't think so. But if he teamed with Megumi, maybe. No, but here's the thing. Megumi's gonna tell Denji about that, and Denji will most likely fucking ignore it because he's a dude. I don't know. Let me have some faith in Denji. Let's say Denji listens to Megumi. I think they could beat the guy who inverts damage. I don't know if Denji beats Choso. Straight up. Because Choso's blood isn't going to help Denji. It's going to poison him. And we've seen poison blood work in Chainsaw Man before. It's literally how the part 1 villain loses. The part 1 main villain literally loses to poison blood stopping their regen. Choso would very easily beat Denji to death. It would be a joke. And Denji wouldn't even take him seriously. That's the worst part. He would probably die really quick because he's not taking him seriously. If Ichigo was in JJK, Gojo would be side-eyeing the fuck out of him because Ichigo would be stronger than him. Gojo doesn't have an issue with people being stronger than him. If anything, he looks forward to it. But I get what you mean. He would be impressed that someone is actually stronger than him. Wuthering Waves. If you reached certain conditions in the previous Tower of Adversity, in the next one, you can skip floors 1 to 3 on both sides. So you only have to do 4 floors total. Instead of 10? Ooh. Kino. We're getting quality of life even in the end game. I'm not going to throw shades, but certain other people have a hard time with that in their games. Naruto will try to talk Nojutsu Mahito and Nobara dies because of it. Now, I think Naruto is more than fast enough to save Nobara. I don't know if he would talk, because Naruto still does like smoke people, right? I know he gets memed as talking Nojutsu guy, but against Obito exclusively, it does make sense. Even though Obito is like a sick villain, his ideal is to bring peace. And he did straight off the good path, right? Obito isn't like Frolova, for example, where they don't want peace. They just want their one thing exclusively, right? Obito actually can be like fixed. And I'm not just saying that because he actually did get fixed, but his reason for crashing out was more personal rather than like it being, oh, the world sucks. I hate the whole world. I mean, yeah, he did say that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Naruto never tries to talk Nojutsu, Orochimaru, or Madara. Yeah, see, Naruto does just smoke people sometimes. He does just go, put you in a pack, roll it up, light the fire. You know? You have to be a certain kind of person to get a pass. Obito just wanted the girl? Legit. Alright, I think that's a good place to end it, right? Izuku versus Mahito would be close. I think Izuku beats the fuck out of Mahito. Mahito, okay. If you do what Horikoshi did with the speed at the end of My Hero, probably not. But I think Deku should be faster than Mark 1 without gear shift. I think Deku does enough damage that if he hits Mahito on a soul, it should maybe not one-shot him, because reinforcing himself with cursed energy does a lot for defense in the verse. But I think Deku could probably like two-shot him. I don't think Mahito could take 3 maximum. 3 hits maximum. Right? Because if Deku's doing those big-ass punches, but they go to Mahito's soul, that should do like most of his health. Realistically. Oh, but then Mahito can still regenerate, so maybe it would take more than... I don't know. It depends. But I think Deku would have hands on him most of the time. Yeah. I mean, Danger Sense is good, but my biggest issue with Danger Sense is that it feels like an even more nerfed version of Spider Sense. Like, it can get overwhelmed very easily, or just not trigger in certain instances, or be off guard. Like, if Mahito Idol transfigures a human being to attack Deku, is Idol transfiguration going to go off? Because those creatures don't have feelings. They don't feel any hatred towards you. They're just going to attack you. Because that's the command that's given to them. You know, so he could be busy fighting Mahito and take like a lethal blow to like a fodder enemy that turns its head into a knife. You know? I think Deku should realistically beat Mahito before it gets that bad, but Danger Senses are really, like, not great. If anything, Smokescreen is better than Danger Sense, and I hate saying that because it sounds like you're just making shit up, but unironically, obscuring your enemy's view is better than a Spider Sense that lies to you and doesn't trigger sometimes. So when you think you're safe, you're not. Oh, no. Yeah, no, Deku, I don't want to say Deku has no skill, because he has good ability application, but when it comes to like raw, like martial arts, I guess. Let's say Goku's number 1. Let's put Yuji down in like 5. Deku would be like in 50, 60, right? He kind of fights more like Superman, where he kind of just throws his force into you, right? Oh, no, yeah, sorry, my bad. If Mahito leaves the train station and goes to the streets, then he doesn't do shit. My bad, I totally forgot about that. If 15 Finger Sukuna tried to fight Deku on the streets, he would see a true King of Curses at that moment. Do-do-do. Let's see. Deku is street fighting and someone like Yusuke from Yu Yu should be a better fighter. Yeah. I'm not saying Deku has like, you know, Deku's not just some like random like guy who got into an altercation on the street, but he does kind of fight like Superman, where, or Saitama, I guess, where most of the fighting is I pull my fist back and I throw it forward. Izuku could be smart enough to figure out Mahito's curse technique. I don't know if he would, because Mahito's curse technique is so fucked, you can only figure it out by taking it. He'd have to touch Mahito to know first. I think Deku would land the first hit, and then maybe he would figure out what the curse technique is if he hits him. Because when he hits Shigaraki, he sees like how the inside of Shigaraki's soul looks like as well, right? It's like super contained and it's hard to break into. So maybe if he sees Mahito's soul, he would understand that he has a weird ability based on the way his soul looks. Like, he'd probably see Mahito's soul reshape the same, like, as Deku hits him, he sees the soul reshape to fix damage, and he would go, this motherfucker can do some shit with his soul. Maybe he could figure that out if he hits him, like, the first time. There's a chance Mahito would... No, Mahito does not tell people. Hanami does that, but Mahito does not. He's so That's the biggest reason why I think Mahito's a bum. Because he thinks he takes no damage from anybody. He actually does. Notice every fight, he literally always lets them hit him if he thinks he doesn't take any damage from it. He doesn't tell you his curse technique because he knows he doesn't need a buff. It'll just one-shot you. So he also just stands there and lets himself take damage. And only after does he realize that someone actually... Like Yuji, right? He tries to dodge Yuji's punches. He's putting like low effort into it. He's kind of joking. And one of them slips through and he's like, that didn't even do no damage. And then his nose starts bleeding, right? If that was a real punch, bro would have just... I don't think he would have made it out of that fight. Because combine that with Sukuna's like slash at the end, he would have just died. So yeah. Earphone Jack versus Mahito on the other hand. Bro, Earphone Jack might actually fuck him up. I'm not even kidding. I don't want my friends to cry! And it splits his soul in two and just fucking destroys him like Undertale. His heart just gets split in two. It's over. Bro, how the fuck can she do soul damage? like oh my god. Could Sukuna beat Deku in a cooking contest? Sukuna's one of those people who's actually good at everything. Like, even though he appears to just be like an insane fighter, he probably is unironically good at everything. Because he's the kind of person who's so bored, you know, he tried out other activities just because. Like, him being good at archery has probably nothing to do with Fuga. He probably just is good at archery. Music affects the soul somehow. I mean, music makes you lose control, right? You want to know why? Because it goes past your muscle layer and goes down to your soul. True shit. You got the ability to hurt the soul because your ears are weird. That's crazy. Juro doesn't do soul damage. It was just the souls and All For One decided to fight back. That's fair, but that means Juro could disrupt the transfigured souls, right? Like, let's say Mahito makes a pocket-sized soul and he wants to use body repel later. She could disrupt it now, and it would start attacking him now, rather than him being able to manipulate it. And if she does that to his entire supply, he's gonna have to go find more. Or he will just kill her, because realistically, he should be able to do that, but he's a pussy, so he'll probably just go find more. Like, don't forget, above everything, Mahito is a coward. If he realizes he can't beat you, he just runs away right away. Cunning Heads versus Sukuna. Ooh, let me think about that. I'm not, unless if Billy's metal is made of some insane shit, he's dead right away. Nicole's gun, depending on how much of an actual black hole it is, might actually just beat him, like right away, if that lands. Anby, I have no idea how fast she is, but I don't feel like she makes it pretty far either. Nekomata's cute, but I'm sorry, Nekomata. You're joining the rest of your gang. So it's really kind of like just Nicole. Unless if you do really broken scaling, because I know some people wank JJK to this level. I don't even put them at light speed level until we get like more evidence of that. But some people wank JJK characters to the fact that Kenjaku reacted to a black hole opening in front of him to use his ability to counter it. And if he can react to that, Sukuna can react to that. Also, Kenjaku didn't get pulled in by the black hole before he could activate his ability. And the black hole happens literally on top of him. Remember, he has to consciously activate that ability to block a black hole. So if he can react to it forming or just its pull right away and block it, then Sukuna could as well. And that's stupid fast, but I think that's too fast. So I'm not going to say any JJK characters like that ridiculous. Unless if the anime outwardly says Kenjaku did all that insane shit, then you can go, okay, that means everyone who's stronger than Kenjaku can also do that. But I would never put them that far. All right. Someone made a post saying the Wuwa foreshadowing is excellent because Rover broke their promise to Frolova and it made Frolova like Frolova's already evil, let's be real. But he broke his promise to Frolova and it was part of the reason why she became evil. And Rover made a promise with Onko at the end of her character story. So what if Onko becomes the next villain? That would be funny as fuck. If Onko became evil, I think that'd be the end of the series. Onko's one of those characters where if they use their power for evil, the bad guys just win. Like Onko could just imagine you being dead and you wouldn't be able to do much about it. Onko would be the next villain if there was a time skip. If the switch up on Rover's insane, we don't know why he erased his memories. Yeah, legit. I actually saw a pretty decent take that even if Rover's godlike powers, there are probably other godlike beings, not just the Lament, that are like they're like pro Lament. It could be other godlike entities like Rover, but they're like, no, we like the Lament. And fighting them is so difficult that he was like, okay, I'm just gonna see if I can find another way around this. My bad. They meant to say, could the cutting hairs hold out until section 6 arrives? I know people meme Sukaku beating Sukuna a lot, but until we know what the actual speed limit is of, and again, Sukaku is slow. Until we know what the actual speed limit is of the ZZZ cast, I think Sukaku actually is the first. Not even Harun Moss. I think Sukaku would actually go first because she would. I don't think she can regen. We know Sukuna can cut way above his own grade. I don't think she can take that. I don't want to imagine dead Sukaku. That's not a good thing to think of, but I don't think she would make it out of that. It would probably just come down to Miyabi versus Sukuna, or if Yanagi can get a good time slow, then maybe Yanagi and Miyabi just jump Sukuna. But you kind of need regeneration. If you're around Sukuna's level, you need regeneration because he can't miss. He can do so many AoE attacks that will hit you and cut a vein and artery. They take one of your eyes out. You kind of need regeneration if you're around his level. Otherwise, you will get hit and you will lose. Sukaku can take Rino's foods. Oh, shit. Sukaku upscale. Sukaku upscale. My bad, bro. I totally disregarded that. Never mind. Sukaku could beat him. Rino's food is raw ass, dude. Okay. Yeah, either have regeneration or just really high durability. Someone, I need to get off Twitter. Someone said watching mommy ASMR but not wanting to get called a good boy is like ordering a pizza with no toppings. Hashtag fake goonas. That is so real. I'm not gonna retweet it, but I have to leave a like on it. Sukuna requires regen. Goku can't regen. Sukuna beats Goku. No. Okay, not that far. Not that far. Again, like, super high durability can counter Sukuna's bizarre attack methods. Okay. All right, let's. I think we'll end the stream for real now. Yeah, let's end it for real now. Dante's Royal Guard versus Sukuna. Dante without Royal Guard. Dante with no arms, no legs, blindfolded, has heart virus, would beat Sukuna. Okay. I guess we'll end the stream for real. Could Goku talk no jutsu for Lova? Goku would spirit bomb her and that would fix the whole problem because then she would be good anyways. Okay, let's be real. I think part of the reason why Oob became good was because the wish also counted. Right? It wasn't just the power of the spirit bomb, it was the wish that was made during the spirit bomb. You know what? Maybe spirit bomb just does do that, right? Maybe when Vegeta got hit by the spirit bomb the first time, that made him like workable enough to be a teammate on Namek. That might be it. Well, actually, no, it didn't do anything for Frieza, so never mind. It doesn't have that power. All right, that's a good place to end it. I do love you all, fellas, and I will see you all tomorrow. I'm surprised I even streamed this long because I started so late. But you guys are so cool to hang out with. Even when I tried to end earlier, I can't. And there's Stefan saying BBC King again. The big bank crash king. There you go. So Spirit Bomb just kills you if you're evil. Yeah, it just scales to how evil you are. So that's it. I do love you all. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream, subscribe, and I'll see you fellas tomorrow. How about that? How about that? Dream counting Jufufus. How about you dream counting? If you actually locked your door tonight. That's what you should dream of. That'll be it. I love you all. I'll see you fellas all tomorrow. Take care and bye-bye. Stay cool, everybody.